thing what we were talking about before with, like, if you've been watching the full event, it's just continuous promos all the way through, and you get sort of why they're doing it, but when you've been watching the entire thing, it's a pain in the ass. I don't know how many times I've seen Pedro Munoz and Jose Aldo now have this little scrap.
It gets a lot, doesn't it?
It just seems to be on all the bloody time, but I suppose that's what you get for watching all the early prelims as well. But
yeah,
so
well, I guess the early prelims and the prelims, they're free, aren't they? So that's kind of the point, isn't it? That's advertising it, isn't it? That's why the free fights are on.
Oh yeah, you get why they're doing it, but I mean, I'm paying for it. I'm entitled to be annoyed.
Oh yeah, for sure.
yeah. I'm allowed to have a little whinge.
Yeah.
Jesus, showing more guillotine shows. I've already had 2 that I've seen tonight. And obviously, Dwayne, the heartbreak that is Cowboy Cerrone is now no more. Not no more, he ain't like fucking fallen off the face.
Yeah, he didn't die in the fight, no.
Just retired.
I know,
retired.
It was quite upsetting though, wasn't it? You know, you see him unraveling these gloves and put his hat down, and you think, oh no.
I think the bit that made it worse is it wasn't like it wasn't as if he got like his moment to retire. It was like Jim Miller was going to have an interview, and then Rogan turns around and says, "Oh, you're going to do this?" And you see him.
Yeah, I didn't like that.
Like, oh.
Yeah, no, I felt like they should have given him his time to do it, right?
Yeah, I presume so. But mind you, though, it was Jim, though, wasn't it? Saying, "Oh, I think Cowboy's got some business."
I know. I was like, "Shut up, Jim. Do your interview." Cowboy
well, I think it was just him trying to be nice, like give Cowboy his moment, sort of thing. But here we go to Bantamweights now. Sean O'Malley coming out. Best fighter on the main card.
Yeah, well, it's going to be a good first fight, I hope. And it's going to be a real test to see where Sean O'Malley really is as a fighter, isn't it? Because, we always talk about how he's fighting unranked people. And Pedro Munoz, he's what, 10th ranked, isn't he? And he's a great fighter. He's an amazing fighter.
Bang on 10. You see, I used to be, not a hater, but I used to be one of the people like, well, if Sean thinks he's so good, why not go fight Peter Yan? But you're like, why would he? He's ranked like, at the time, he wouldn't even rank. You're like, why would he fight Peter Yan then?
Well, that's what he just said. He said he's got his new contract, got a nice big wad of cash, so I'll fight the bigger guys now. I think, yeah, I get that.
Makes sense. Like, I used to not get it, but now, well, for a while now, I'm just like, yeah, it does make sense, doesn't it? Like, and the people that he's fighting now, it's always a couple of steps above. It's not going to be, you won't get him in line for a title shot unless it was like a late pull out or something. But
yeah,
why would he when he's on that?
No, exactly, and that's what Paddy's doing now, isn't it? Everyone's talking about Paddy like, oh, he thinks he's this big champ, he should be fighting big guys. You think, well,
look at that.
Why is he rushing?
Sean O'Malley, 3rd highest significant strike accuracy in UFC history.
Wow. Is that when he was fighting the that guy with the green hair?
Oh, Chris Mutino?
Yeah.
Jesus, yeah, the shit joker.
He was just a punching bag, wasn't he, that guy?
That was literally like just watching Tyson training, something like that. It was just a battering, wasn't it, from start to finish?
Literally, yeah. That's exactly what it was. I'm excited to see this, though. I'm really, really looking forward to it.
Yeah, I really am. Whenever Sean fights, his last one was 269, wasn't it? December against Paiva. That was another first round finish. Number 9. I thought he was number 10, Pedro.
No, I thought he was number 10 as well.
And he looks confident, though, coming out. Well, you've got to, haven't you? I'm saying, what? As if, like, he's going to come down with his head down, looking all nervous, biting his nails.
Yeah, imagine.
I mean, that'd be me.
Oh, yeah, I'd be crapping myself.
Yeah. Just hoping for, like, some banana skin to slip on in the back before I go out.
No, he looks really cool and calm and collected, doesn't he, Pedro?
Yeah. Most appearances in bantamweight passes Uriah Faber. Uriah Faber's in the crowd, isn't he? Sat with Cody Garbrandt.
I haven't seen much of the crowd today.
There's a few. I like seeing who's in it.
Yeah, I do like when people are in it. Apart from when Nate Diaz is in there. Oh. When he lights up a little doobie halfway through, oh, well done.
Do you remember the bit where it had cut to Nate Diaz in the crowd and he's doing all these gang symbol things, whatever.
Luke Rockhold's like,
Luke Rockhold giving it. Thank God.
Poor Luke. Oh, I can't. I feel a bit sorry for him going up against Costa.
I honestly, I'd really love. I'd love for Costa to batter Luke Rockhold. I actually quite like him.
Yeah, Paulo Costa, I do as well. I think he's really funny on Twitter. His Twitter's really, really funny. At first, I thought his Twitter was like someone's meme page and they're just pretending to be Paulo Costa. I was like,
well, that's like Derek Lewis's as well, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, I like we've both got sugar-free energy drinks, Mark, because that's going to make it any better.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
Both
That's it. I'll go to McDonald's and get the salad and a filet or fish. All right, here we go. The tail of the tape, 35. It always reminds me of wrestling, this, you know, where they got the tail of the tape when they actually start doing actions, start doing movements. It's like the wrestling games as well.
Oh, yeah. Like select your fighter.
Yeah.
I wonder if O'Malley's going to go like that when he says, and Bruce says he's in one loss.
What the hell's Bruce wearing? Are they dragonflies on his tux?
Could be. Or is it mosquito? Yeah, it won't be mosquitoes, yeah, it'll be dragonflies, won't it?
Mosquitoes.
He's just going like that all night. Like, oh.
Bruce always looks sharp.
Yeah, he does. O'Malley's tattoo seems such a mess. They seem so incoherent. You know, they just, it's like there's no thought put onto it. Just stick this here, stick that there, stick that there.
What, like when your mate at school, he'd do a bit of tattooing and you're like, "Ah, go on then, put a monkey's ass on my arm." Oh, there you go. Did that.
Yeah.
No losses.
I like he does that. It is fun, isn't it? You know, he's such a troll. I'm really, really interested to see what level Sean O'Malley's at here, because I think this is a real test for him. If he can knock out Pedro, oh yeah, it looked like Joker's gang were in the crowd then, weren't it?
Yeah, no, what's going on then?
But yeah, I think if he can really put it on Pedro, it'll be exciting.
Yeah.
Won't it? Like, you know, I think it'll put a lot of doubters. You know, it'll put a lot of doubts out of the way for him, and people will think, oh, maybe he's really at a high level.
Top contender, yeah. If you can get him out of there as well. He looked good against Dominic Cruz, didn't he? At 269. That was his last fight as well, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, Pedro dropped Cruz, didn't he?
Yeah.
Right,
here we go.
That's
this is, it's frozen.
It was funny that when Cruz got dropped, and he said after this, I don't even remember it, I just popped up. So we've got O'Malley and Pedro coming out. Didn't even touch gloves. If Sean can keep him at a distance, he's got a good chance, because he's nearly half a foot taller.
Mine's a little bit.
It's all right, don't worry about it. So for those watching at home who want to catch up with us, it's just turned 4:30 now into their first round.
So you tell me where you are at, Dwayne.
Yeah, 4, 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 10. 12, 10, 11, 10. Forgot how to count then. 4, 5. So it's just about turn. 4 minutes now. There we are.
Yeah, okay. I'm with
Perfect.
you. Brilliant. So you wonder if he's going to wrestle O'Malley as well, because a lot of people actually tried that with him. I know he said in his last fight that, if Paiva was going to take him down, he would have been knackered because he had broken ribs or something.
Yeah, he said that, didn't he? He said, I've knackered my ribs. I was just hoping he didn't wrestle with me.
Oh, he's a lot taller. Jesus.
Yeah, Muno's legs, just with those leg kicks, he's not even anywhere near him, is he? Bloody hell.
It's like fighting Slender Man.
Yeah.
Man, I get nervous.
Yeah, I do.
I say this every time. every time that I've just watched and every time we've live streamed, I always say, man, I get nervous just watching for them.
Oh. But it just shows how dedicated people are as fans, out, you know, how excited you can get.
Yeah. I see Viper was stalling, tuning in, saying hello. Just let us know what you think of this fight.
It's not much happening so far, well, apart from that.
No, there haven't been. Oh, well, spinning kick. Comes straight back at. He kicked that like David Beckham.
Yeah, good hell. Oh,
as if I know about football.
Yeah. Muniz is getting some big leg kicks here.
He is actually. He's chewing that leg.
Yeah. Sean needs to be careful. He's shown a couple of times how sort of fragile his legs are.
Oh, once they're fragile.
Well, it's twice now, didn't it? It was funny that though, isn't it? When he was laid on the floor and, you know, I love you, Joe Rogan, and he still gets the win. Low blow here.
Yeah. Going for the old Ric Flair. Viper was stalling, Pedro battering them legs so far a bit. He seems to be chewing them up. He's like a lumberjack with that lead leg.
He's really chewing them up, isn't he? Oh, it's a little bit high. It's not on purpose, you can tell, but
yeah, unless his bollocks is in his stomach, maybe.
Well, they've got all their jock straps on and stuff, haven't they? And their cups. I think it sort of rattles it a bit, doesn't it? If you hit the top of it.
I mean, he's all good. So,
could you imagine if someone kicked me and kicked you in the bollocks? I'd be out for ages. I'm like, I need 10 minutes at least.
In 10 hours, it's horrible, isn't it? Jesus Christ, look at his legs. He's like, do you remember Tajiri in wrestling?
Yeah.
So, I'm just waiting for the green mist. Gets him on the cage with a tarantula.
Yeah. He's really, really throwing those leg kicks. O'Malley needs to lift that leg up. Again. Come on, Sean.
Oh my God.
At least lift it up.
You've got a reply, Dwayne. I'll let you read it.
Yeah, I can imagine. I bet that does it. How long did you need? 5 minutes?
See him there, like it's almost as if he was setting it up to try and go for that head kick.
Oh. Yeah, and O'Malley switched stance now, so that leg kick's not going to be there anymore. That's good.
I can't remember what my bloody bet were for this. I think it was Pedro. I think decision.
Yeah, I think you said Pedro decision.
Sean decision. I can't actually remember. I don't bet big, Dwayne.
I never bet big.
I'm too tight for it.
The trouble is, I don't win often enough to risk being big. You know, going big, it's not worth the bother. Yeah, 2 minutes. Viper's out for 2 minutes with a kick to the nuts.
Round one just ended now.
Yeah, good first round.
It was good.
Yeah, not a lot's happened, but you know that's okay.
Did you notice how when Sean obviously done his contender series and stuff, and then after his first couple of fights in the UFC, he was like kind of happy-go-lucky all that, and then he came back and he was just sheer focused, doesn't he? Like you look at him now, and you think, has that boy ever cracked a smile? But is that like driven and focused with it?
Yeah, he looks so serious.
Yeah.
And I felt that in the press conference, actually, this time round. I felt like he was a lot quieter than normal. He seemed really focused.
Well, Mel Gibson laughs more than this guy. You know, like he just isn't. It's like it's not in his personality. Who would you say that goes to? Pedro.
I guess that's the trouble, isn't it? When there's such inactive rounds, Pedro got the most strikes there, didn't he? Even though they're not overly significant, he did have the most strikes. So yeah, Pedro, 10-9, isn't it so far? Yeah, Sean's he's swapped from southpaw, hasn't he? So that leg kick can't be there anymore.
Unless he chooses other leg.
Yeah. Well, that means Muniz has got to switch stances, but I don't know if he can. Can he? Some fighters can't, can they? Some don't switch very well.
Yeah, 10-9 Munoz. Yeah, Pedro, should I say? That's what the tweets are saying coming up.
Yeah, I mean that seems about right. I mean it was very close, but yeah, it will have been.
Seems reasonable, doesn't it?
It will have been Pedro's round for sure.
See, I think when Sean is always going for the devastating finish in every fight.
Yeah,
you just expect it almost. You get accustomed to it.
Oh, he nearly got that head kick there. That's super cool.
Oh.
Yeah, Pedro switched stances as well now.
Yeah, he nearly took his head off with that spinning kick then, but
Sean's got to be careful here, though. He can't, if he's just going to go for a big strike, you've got to be careful because Pedro's doesn't often get knocked down, does he? Has he ever been knocked out? I don't think he has he?
I don't know if he's been knocked out, but I know that, his losses are on it to like ex-champions, like we were talking about in the predictions.
He needs to get high volume to win this, I think.
Jesus.
Oh.
He's going for that leg again.
Yeah.
I find it interesting. Not many people want to grapple with Sean. Do you think because they want to be known as the person who finished Sean by knockout or something?
I think the problem is he's not really gone up against many grapplers, has he? And he's so tall, isn't he? So I think if you're shorter, it's harder to get into that range. Because if you leap in now, he's just going to front kick you right in the face, and as you come in.
Do you remember the fight when he was in the? I don't know if it was the Contender Series or it was before he started dyeing his hair and all that.
Yeah,
where he ruined his ankle. So it wasn't the Chito Vera fight, but it ruined his ankle, and you could tell as well they were limping around like a fucking zebra hunt.
Oh yeah.
The guy went in and tried grappling with him, and all the crowd were just like, "Why?
Yeah,
Why?"
Yeah. Yeah. And Sean's laying on the ground, isn't he? And he says, "I love you, Rogan."
Yeah.
And he gets the win.
Wow.
Is that another low blow?
No, pocket eye, I think.
Right.
Went for the old Ric Flair. Dirtiest player in the game.
So Pedro's been whacked in bollocks and now poked in eye. There's more just of a hand on the face really than a poke in the eye, wasn't it? Do you think Pedro's eyes actually hurt, or is he just trying to get better? Oh, we'll see here now.
Yeah, so this is a better angle.
Yeah, it was a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. I mean, straight away to grab it, there's got to be something in there, isn't there?
Yeah, for sure.
But it looks like me when I just woke up. Like it looks like he's got eyes like piss holes in snow.
Well, I hope this don't get called off.
Oh, fuck no. I hope not. Viper, this could be a no contest. You could be right. Especially really the doctor's taking this close of a look.
Pedro did he just mouth, I can't see?
No. It was back to back.
He's saying he got a low blow and then a poke in the eye. Is that what he's saying? So that's two.
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
I think he's trying to get a win here rather than a no contest.
Yeah. Oh no. Oh.
Oh, that is such a shame.
Jesus.
Oh, I was really looking forward to this fight as well.
Yeah, that's a bit of a pain in the arse, isn't it?
I guess it's good. It's good for Sean though, and both of them, because they've received no damage. They've both got a nice payday today. They'll be able to fight again in a couple of months, you know.
I guess so.
Which is not good for us, but good for them. That's such a bugger, isn't it? Bloody heck.
Yeah, it's not good for fans, I guess. But I mean, you know, at the end of the day, it's not wrestling, is it? It's real. So
yeah.
What a shame, though, because that was one of the fights that, you know, you really look forward to. So the no contest. Oh, my accumulator's way blown out of the water now then. My God.
Oh, yeah, I had O'Malley round one and Piera round one. Oh, that is such a shame. I like O'Malley celebrated those, though he won.
Yeah, no, I just seen that. Dances around like he's on a basketball court, doesn't
he? Cheeto Vera's going to come out now with the Money in the Bank briefcase and he's going to fight O'Malley.
Yeah, I like that.
That's what they should do. You know, at Money in the Bank tonight, they should get Colby Covington in, get him to win, and he can carry it around with him in the UFC.
Just waiting until like the bantamweight belt comes down on a line, and the next minute is Vince McMahon comes out and he says, "In a ladder match."
Oh, that's such a shame, that as well.
A pain.
That's what O'Malley celebrated.
Sure, man. He's like Nate Diaz.
Yeah.
Nate Diaz could get run over and he just stands up, stopped. And...
Well, it means we'll get to see Sean and Pedro fight again soon. I wonder if they'll get a rematch, or maybe they'll give Sean someone else.
Really wouldn't know. I mean, speaking of Mel Gibson.
Yeah, I know. I thought you'd already seen him in the crowd when you said that. I thought, was he there earlier or something? Is that the first time you told him?
No, just I was literally just thinking of the most depressed celebrity I can.
Valentina.
Hmm.
I just find it funny, you know, when you see like coaches and Chris Pratt. This is a lot of celebrities here now, isn't there? This feels like old WWE. Do you remember when they used to have celebrities in all the time? Do you remember when it was like when Raw was in England, they had Wayne Rooney and Philip Schofield walking around?
Philip Schofield?
Yeah, I'm sure he was there in the crowd. And...
Philip Schofield? Do you not mean like Paul Scholes or something like that?
No, Philip Schofield. And who's that guy who does morning TV? There's another guy as well. Eamon Holmes, he was there on Raw once.
I love Eamon. I love Eamon Holmes. I love a brew with him. Him and Ruth. But, yeah, they did they used to do terrible stuff, didn't they? Like Wayne Rooney slapped Wade Barrett, and even back in the 90s, they were Arnold. He backhanded Triple H. Do you remember that? Yeah. That was like the first SmackDown or something. Well, that's that fight over with anyway. Next it's Robbie Lawler, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which would be interesting because Robbie's one of them where I sort of watch it with you watch it with you remember ruthless Robbie Lawler. You forget that, time escapes, 7 years old,
I know, it's a shame, isn't it? Because Lawler's had a real bad run of it recently, hasn't he? You think, oh, gosh. Yeah.
So I think I'd have to go to one of these. Sometime I'd just have to bite the bullet. I've been to an event, but I just mean one in Vegas. I'd have to bite the bullet, pay the price, and just go.
I'd love to go. I'd love to go to a big American one. That'd be great, wouldn't it?
We could do a video on it. Full vlog of our travels there.
Yeah, that'd be quite fun. But to be honest, mate, it'd just be us napping for about 2 days until the fight starts.
That'll like WrestleMania, wouldn't it?
Oh yeah, gosh.
I'm not 20 anymore. I can't like, have a few beers and bounce back up the next day. But a couple of late nights ruined me for about a week.
No, I'm done. My stream, my BT Sport broke then for a second, so I'll have to recalibrate. Izzy's just walking out for me now.
Yeah, he's just with them Star Trek shades on again.
Yeah. Oh, maybe it's fine. Then maybe we're about the same place then.
He just took him down.
Yeah, I've got Jared Cannonier now.
All right. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So
I'm on Sky. I'm on Sky. So you're a couple of seconds ahead of me, I think.
Yeah, mine's BT Sport. So I think that's the issue, isn't it? They're all slightly different, even though it's like a millisecond and that.
I'll tell you what. When on the next fight, I'll bring mine live again, see where we are, and then you tell me when a certain point happens.
Yeah,
when the tail of the tape comes on the screen or something.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, I'm just looking at adverts at the moment for Dyson vacuum cleaners. That's it's such a bugger, isn't it? You've paid for a pay-per-view and then they're bloody putting adverts on. You think
it winds me up, honestly, that way. I know we've been talking a lot about like sort of WWE, but if I've got the network and I'm watching old stuff, I go on to click an event and it comes up, can't skip the an advert for something within that. You're like, but I'm already paying you.
Yeah.
Like,
but I don't mind adverts and sponsorships and stuff, but when you're paying for it already.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass, isn't it? But I'll tell you what, I think we might see Robbie Lawler get finished in this fight.
Possibly. Oh, mine's restarted again. Mine's got Izzy walking down. What's going on here? Right. I'm seeing a clip of Robbie Lawler now.
And Brian's just walking out, shaking his flag.
Yeah, that's exactly as you said. That's what's happening. So perfect.
Tell you what, we'll liven it up. Obviously, when we get to the start of the fight.
Yeah. Yeah, that's always the best, isn't it? We get, Gosh. Robbie Lawler's been fighting 20 years now in the UFC.
Mm-hmm.
Is it?
Hell of a long time.
Oh, that Diaz fight sucked, didn't it?
There were a few people saying oh, they look great and all that kind of stuff, but you're like, it's like slow motion.
I know. Honestly, when he came out with that spinning kick at the start, it was like he'd frozen in time. I was
man.
Floating. I thought Matt Brown won this last fight between them,
Hi, Lenny. We've got Lenny Lemus saying hello to us both.
You right, mate?
This guy do you not think it looks like something from like a B-list zombie film?
Yeah,
in the noughties. Like it came out as in it's like Tucker and Dale versus Evil, something like that.
Yeah,
especially when he's got the old the what do you call them?
The dungarees,
like the denim.
Yeah, yes, dungarees. Yeah.
That's the boy. Yeah.
Looks like he's going to come out from Eileen, doesn't it?
Yeah. He's dancing around. Oh, it is staying alive.
Yeah.
BG's, that's why we're dancing to it.
Yeah, that's true because we're streaming it. You have to have it so quiet. I can't really hear the music. I was like, oh, yeah. He's staying alive.
Everyone's thought about what their music could be, Don't
know what mine would be.
Stop that. Like you haven't rehearsed it in the shower. You've done the Triple H spit. The Triple H spit with toothpaste and water in your mouth.
Yeah, when I was a kid, honestly, I used to do that all the time at my nan's house when I was a kid. Triple H would come out, run in the kitchen, get a glass of water. Bang! Big whack round head from me nan. Oh,
start telling your grand suck it, doing the DX stuff.
I don't know. What would your theme song then be, Mark?
I'd always like a bit of Creedence Clearwater Revival, something like that.
I don't know. I don't
I
know.
love Creedence. One of my favorite bands. You know them. You know them. They did a lot like the Vietnam War. Well, not for that obviously, but it's like every Vietnam documentary that you've seen, they're always in the background. They did like Rival Son, and there's a song called "Run Through the Jungle," and I'm like, that's a bit of me. Even though I get battered in the first round, you know.
I probably have heard them, but I just can't think off the top of my head. Have you ever seen
Steptoe? Finished quicker than sex.
Yeah. Have you ever seen Steptoe and Son?
I didn't really rate that.
That'll be my theme song. Do you know the song? Just plod out to that.
Robbie's just a real likable guy, isn't he?
Yeah, that's the thing. He's just so lovable. And I'm glad he's not
Lawler, not Williams.
Yeah, Robbie, yeah. Because I'm glad he's not being cut, because I know he's lost a few fights and stuff, but you need fighters kind of like this just to bolster cards, be a good name, you know, sort of. I've got help guys coming up and stuff, you know, I guess like a journeyman, but it feels awful to call Robbie Lawler a journeyman, you know, or a gatekeeper, but it's kind of what he is now, isn't he? Do you think Lawler just doesn't care if he loses anymore? Because he's had quite a big losing streak, and I think it's just whatever.
I don't know about doesn't care sort of thing, but I think he just loves fighting and stuff. But a lot of people were saying, because obviously Woodley battered him, and then I can't remember if it was Gilbert. Yeah, Gilbert Burns beat him, I'm pretty sure, and then Neil Magny. And I remember everyone just saying he just seemed a bit gun shy.
Yeah, the issue is though, like, you know, when a fighter's been around for 20 years, you know, you'd think they'd have enough money to retire by now, but
yeah,
Dana's so stingy and he don't give him good pay, does he?
My pal Ryan, my walkout song would be Barbie Girl, I reckon. Scare your opponent. That's the end. Also, if everyone's listening, that's my friend's YouTube channel, Fat to Fit. If you give that a follow and watch, it's him talking about, you know, there's meal preps, you know, his actual exercise, home gym equipment in there. There's videos all uploaded almost every week. So if you'd like to give that a go, give that a follow. Right, the Taylor tapes just come on, Dwayne.
Yeah, we're the exact same point.
Oldest fighter on card. Why would they have to put that in there?
Yeah, I know.
Why would they have to say that?
I don't know, not, you know, more significant strikes or whatever other records he's got. Oldest fighter on the card. The matter well just
yeah.
That's ridiculous. Next time they'll just put has a bald head. Do you know what I mean? It's just so unnecessary.
Pointless shit, yeah. Man, I hope they can do this. The next 3 fights after this, Dwayne, this entire card's been stacked, but the next 3 fights are just ridiculous.
It's crazy.
Like that. I really don't know.
I don't think Strickland and Pereira is going to be that good, you know. I think Strickland's just going to shoot non-stop. He's going to shoot for his life and just hold him up against the fence and in a clinch non-stop for 3 rounds.
At the bloody press conference, he's a weird guy. He's like when you give when you babysit someone's kid and they're like, don't give him any sweets. It's like you've gone, go on, have a couple. Because as soon as someone asks him a question, he just stands up, doesn't he? Like, I'd just like to say, and you're like, sit down, the camera will catch you.
Yeah, the big handful of Smarties before he came out. He was Strickland. He wasn't bad in the press conference. He did have some really good lines, but some of it you think, oh, maybe be quiet, Strickland. You know?
Yeah, I think maybe it's just because he even said it was his first one, wasn't it?
Yeah. He just needs to know when to stop, I think.
Yeah. Lawler's always got that confident look, doesn't he? Here we go. Beginning of the first round. Touch gloves. Let's go.
I would like to see Lawler get a win, but if Barberena wins, that really pushes him up the card, you know, because he's such a young fighter as well. Well, younger. Yeah. Not that he's 34, isn't he?
Younger than what they've got. Robbie Lawler, oldest fighter on the card. Thanks very much for that.
For Strickland, it's going to say the cringiest guy on the card.
That's Henry Cejudo whenever he fought.
Oh, yeah, God.
Jumping the leg. See, them leg kicks, man, they're just part and parcel of any fight now, it seems.
Yeah.
But they're like, you ever been kicked in the leg, Dwayne? When I used to do a little bit, oh, Jesus, see that body shot?
Yeah.
Whenever I watch get kicked in the leg, if ever I used to train a little bit just for fitness, so I think it kills.
The only time I've been kicked in the leg is when my sister kicked me in the shins, apart from that.
Or when the scooter, when you were at the scooter when you were younger and it flung round and it hit your shin.
Oh, yeah.
See, Lawler looks crisp. I think you see them strikes that he was throwing. He looks quick and crisp.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Like you're saying, like leg kicks are just part of the game now. You know, the part of the course are always thrown on now. It's such a core discipline, isn't it? But Anik was saying Jim Miller was the first one to really utilize leg kicks in 2000.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
You think, what? Feels like they're in every fight now.
Like you've heard DC many times say, you know, the jab, people a big swing. Oh, Lawler's got power still.
Yeah. I think Barberena's had more volume, but Lawler's had the bigger hits, I think, so far.
So far, yeah. Just see, oh my God.
Oh,
there's a mean uppercut.
Lawler might get this, you know.
He could well do, definitely. But Lawler's got him like almost up against the cage.
Yeah.
Can't really move, you just keep him there, keep that pressure on.
Yeah, you don't want your back up against the fence, do you, like that?
No, it's a bit well, mind you, though, Brian strikes
to that elbow.
Brian's giving as good as he gets.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely, Barberena's throwing a lot more punches than Lawler, I'd say, but
yeah,
I'd more like to see octagon control and
I'd like to see Robbie be a little more busy, but that's just because I'm a fan of him and I want him to win, you know.
See that? You see where Lawler just did that very simple, lifted his leg up. Why don't more fighters do that? Like Aldo does. Like Aldo hardly ever gets caught in a leg kick.
It's like Nate Diaz has never checked a leg kick in his life.
I don't even think he's checked a punch. I think he just walks into him.
yeah. Let's go, Robbie. Come on. Should we see if the Dwayne curse is alive and well? Who do you think is going to take this, Dwayne?
I think Barberena's probably going to win by decision.
I'd like that. I'd like if your curse is in full effect then.
If if Holloway gets knocked out tonight, my curse is still alive.
Wow. Yeah, he's a lot more active as Barberena, isn't he? You know, with the strikes. Them body shots are disgusting. So brutal that Robbie's throwing.
That's the thing, you know, everyone always talks crap about fighters. Like, oh, so-and-so got knocked out and all this kind of stuff. If I got punched once by these guys, I'd probably be crying about, I've had enough, leave me alone. You win, leave me be.
I think I'd be the only fighter to retire mid-round.
I'd tap to the stare down.
Exactly. Yeah, that's it. Oh no, it looks too scary. It looks too scary for me.
It's too scary, I'm done.
Ryan, exciting fight, this one. It is. And it's a lot more exciting than what I think, actually. Than what I thought it was going to be with Robbie Lawler, because it was a little, even in the Nick Diaz fight, I know that Nick, it was like he was punching underwater. But even Robbie didn't look so vicious that he wasn't ruthless, Robbie Lawler.
No, I think he doesn't seem to have that killer instinct anymore, Lawler, does he? He just seems a nice guy. He comes in, oh yeah, I'll put a bit of a show on, I'll go home, you know. That's what, because when he was on the prelims, originally he was like, oh, brilliant, I can come in, do the fight, and get on a flight straight home. You know, he won't bother about doing any press or anything. I wonder how much Lawler's on now. He must get a good wage. He's been around for such a long time.
Because he's been around a long time and he's a big name sort of thing.
And he fights a lot. He fights often, you know.
His last one was Nick, though, wasn't it? That was about a year. But then again, that was 40, so, you know, he can do what he wants.
Yeah. Yeah, so Barberena's almost double significant strikes, but Robbie's seemed more devastating. They seemed a lot tougher, you know.
Yeah, you'd think. I mean, that's only the end of the first round. There's a long time to go yet.
Yeah. It was like when Gagey and Chandler fought. That was only a 3-rounder, but it felt like about 10 rounds, didn't it? I was like, what the hell? These are the longest rounds I've ever.
Yeah, because it was just that full of action, though, wasn't it? You know, it's...
Yeah.
Come on,
we're just coming into round 2.
Now?
No. 4.
Right.
We're about 4:30 nearly now.
I'm at, hang on.
No, not yet. We're about to say about 4:30 now. Yeah. Oh,
these are the sort of strikes I think where you think it could end with any of them. You know, it's not like
for sure.
None of them are pillow fisted. It's just obviously you can tell Brian he isn't aiming to take his head off.
No, that's the thing. I think Brian's good, but I think if he comes up in the rankings, he's going to lose. I think he gets hit too much. Like,
nice big jab.
Come on.
Well, I think he's busted his nose as well. Or maybe broke it. That was only a jab that set him back as well. Lawler building momentum. Lawler with a clean jab.
Yeah, Barberena.
He's stuck behind that, hasn't he? He's stuck behind it for this round. Just kept him at that distance of a jab.
Yeah.
Nice.
But Robbie's not panicking. He's not rushing in, is he? You know. So a lot of guys, when they see that bit of blood, they jump on it and they get knocked out doing that.
Well, I think Robbie's been around for too long to be doing any of that, hasn't he? Yeah. He understands.
It's like Greg Hardy versus Ty, isn't it? You know, Greg rocked Ty and they ran into a massive punch. You idiot.
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
My God. Not one of them's tried grappling.
No. I think there's only been one leg kick thrown the whole fight.
See, this is like, you know, he's a whole 2 years younger than Glover Teixeira, but everyone were banging on about Glover being old and that, but he was the champion. No one's saying Robbie looks slow or old or whatever. No, like, you know, they just, apart from UFC then, when it's like oldest fighter on the card.
That's the thing, it can happen, doesn't it? You know, like, people get second primes. I'm not saying Lawler's going to get a second prime, but it's probably, to be honest, it's probably like his 4th prime if you got into another one.
Yeah.
That was funny when Diaz came back and said, why am I not fighting Kamaru Usman?
Oh.
Could you imagine if he did?
That'd be the biggest one-sided victory that you've ever seen. See, the action's, it's not slowed down a little bit, but I think they're both a little more cautious.
Yeah. Well, you know, halfway through the fight, pace yourself a bit.
Robbie is busy with that jab, though.
Oh, very busy with it.
On the left. Jesus, you see that?
Oh. Barberena's still very active, though, isn't he? Very busy.
He is active, but Rogan was just saying then the difference in, like, you know, the power in both of them.
That's the issue, isn't it? You know?
Yeah.
Well, I thought he was going to go for a flying knee then. Oh, he's got
don't tell me.
Come on, Robbie. Put your hands up. Just cover up. Cover up. Come on, Robbie. Poke him in the eye or something. Get a breather. Go on.
Yeah. Minute to go.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh, wobbled him. Yeah, Brian's building up a bit of momentum now, isn't he?
Yeah. Oh,
Although you said that, Robbie's just slowing him down again, catching him. I think his nose is broken, Brian's.
yeah, gotta be on it. The state of it.
This is a good fight, man.
Oh, really good. Really good.
Yeah, Robbie's. Do you think it's like exhaustion, or is he just a little bit wobbled? Because he don't look.
I think it's a mixture of both. I think he just took a million strikes to the head. Do you know what I mean? It's.
Oh no, Ryan! Oh no,
no,
TKO! Oh man!
Wow,
that's a big win for Brian.
Really big, really big win.
That was Ryan far out. That was epic. Yeah, it was. That was a big,
really good fight.
I wouldn't even say comeback because he was in it all the way through. But you just get look at his face.
Yeah.
Looks like a dropped lasagna. You know, but he still got the job done.
Yeah, definitely. Because like he didn't get dropped, but he got rocked, didn't he? You thought Robbie was going to have it, and
yeah, that was definitely the right call though. Like on this replay, look how wobbly Robbie was. It was.
Yeah, for sure, definitely. Well, you could have called it a while ago for Robbie, to be honest. You know, he was just taking a lot.
That was a clean right hand that from Brian. Yeah, there. That's where you think beginning of the end.
Yeah, if your hands are down,
that's where Adele starts singing, and the curtains close. That's it, done.
Poor Robbie.
Yeah, I know. Well, look, we've had Jessica Eye retire. We've had Cowboy Cerrone retire. Do you think Robbie could even retire? You don't like to think that just because they're a bit seasoned, but I hope not. But
yeah, that'd suck. 3 retirements in one night.
No, I don't. They don't really like to interview fighters after they've been knocked out, though, do they? Unless you're DC and then Rogan straight over. You know.
Why is he holding his gum shield? Is there something on it he wants us to see?
It might well be. Oh yeah, maybe his nose is just a funny shape. To be honest with you, mate.
Looks like Rogan's been to a funeral or something just before this, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit. It's weird seeing him in a suit. He's usually just in that black shirt. That I've never seen him wear anything else.
If you're wearing a black suit, you shouldn't wear a black tie. I don't. What is this fashion hour? Sorry.
Yeah, I'm just thinking.
Come on,
put your eye for the straight guy or something.
Yeah, come on, Rob, and put a bit of colour on that tie.
Yeah. Big test for him though. That's you don't like to think of Robbie Lawler as just a gatekeeper, but
he is though, isn't he? Unfortunately, you know that's what he's there for, which is okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I think so many people are focused on fighters becoming champion, and they think, well, only you know he has been champ before, isn't he? It's only a significant few who can make it to that, and sometimes you just need people to bolster the card and be gatekeepers for people, you know.
Viper, please Lawler retire. Can't watch anymore.
It is sad though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's.
But the issue is with this guy.
Did you hear him?
Oh, what did he say?
Come on, Dana, let's get that bonus. Let's make it 100K. We've never done that. All right, just ask him to double your bonus, then, will you?
It's worth a go, isn't it? Because that's
if Dana sat there writing checks.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Do you remember when Brian Ortega asked for an extra $5,000 on Tough, and Dana's like, "What?
Yeah, $5,000."
Yeah.
Miles Teller, Kamaru Usman. Who else is here?
Prince Harry. I don't know who that is.
I don't know who Sean White is.
Oh, professional skateboard. I think he used to have right big long ginger hair, didn't he? I don't know who he is. No, I don't know who any of these guys are.
No, a lot of them are just like, honestly, if ever it's a rapper in the crowd or anything like that, or a skateboarder like we've just seen, no, unless it's Tony Hawk, that's it.
It is funny that the celebs they bring out. You know, you've got Mel Gibson and the skateboarder sat next to each other.
Yeah, it's kind of cool seeing who's in the crowd, though. I remember one time there was Travis Barker and whichever Kardashian he's married to, and someone had commented saying they dress like the vampires do that Blade kills.
Oh, BT Sports crashed again. Deep rubbish.
Gilbert Burns with a belt. I won't get excited, pal.
I don't know. I won't be surprised to see Gilbert Burns have a chance.
It was his last. Oh, Chimaev, wasn't it?
Yeah, and that was a really good fight with Chimaev. Really good.
Here's your game, Dwayne. Elden Ring.
No, I've stopped playing it.
Have you?
Yeah, I got a bit bored of it, to be honest. You're like, well, all right, I get it. Yeah. Thing is, some people love really long games. I get a bit fed up. I'm like, well, I've been doing the same thing here for about, I played it about 30, 40 hours, and I was like level 100 or something. I'm like, God, how much more is there? I've had enough now.
I think it'd be interesting if there's a game that you're into, because you know your games and that, to stream that.
Yeah. Well, what I was thinking of doing, I might, because I'm rubbish at UFC, I might start doing that.
Oh, that is an understatement. You are shite.
I'm terrible. Hey, I knocked you out at least once, yeah.
Button mashing, pal. I like you.
Whoa. I purposely throw the same kick over and over again, yeah. But yeah, it might be good to do a series like, Road to Not Sucking, or something like that.
That could be skewed as something else, Dwayne. Like Dwayne's addiction to not suck anymore. Juliana Pena and Amanda Nunes. That was the biggest upset in UFC history, I think.
Yeah, really is. I'm still in adverts.
That'll be a really good one, though. I know you're on a different advert, but it's showing 277, and it's the preview for Kaikara and Brandon Moreno. That'll be a good fight.
Yeah, it is a good fight, but I honestly don't think that should be for the interim belt, though. Do you? Feels a bit early.
Well, how long's Figure going to be out?
I don't know. Well, it's not even been a year yet. They'll at least give him a year before they do an interim belt.
Yeah.
But Figgy's on about, he said because of the disrespect, he's going to go up a weight division, isn't he?
In the bantamweight, it'd be good. That'd be interesting.
Yeah, it would be good. I'll tell you when I'm off the adverts and we can...
Yeah, this is still just showing Juliana Pena.
Mm-hmm. What do you think? Do you think Nunes is going to just flip the script and batter Pena next time?
I think it'll be more... Whoever wins, I think it could even be a decision. Well, let's see who's on there. So, Derek Lewis and Sergey Plahovic. Anthony Smith's on there.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing now, the card here.
Yeah.
Never look. See if I can catch up with you.
Well, I come back a little bit just to catch up with yourself.
Yeah, it's okay.
This song, this song that's always on in the background of all of the events. It's on my gym playlist now as well. I can only think of this kind of stuff. It's just gone off now. It's just showing the octagon.
Mine's showing the middleweight rankings to the left.
Yep.
Yeah, about the same.
Yeah, roughly there, aren't we?
Have you seen they've put all the new models in UFC for?
Yeah, the Brits.
I think it's called like Northern Scrappers or something.
Big Paul Craig.
Yeah. Paddy looks terrible in it, honestly. Like, gosh.
Is it what the graphics of him?
Yeah, it looks terrible. It looks like
He looked
hair.
terrible in real life about a couple of months ago.
Have you seen him now? He's in shape so quick, isn't he? He's really got back in shape.
Yes. It makes me cry, doesn't it? I'm still a fat bastard, and he's just fucking whipping through it all.
That's like, I think everyone was a bit too negative about Paddy putting a bit of weight on. You think, oh, he's not. Everyone was acting like he was like bloody 50 stone or something. I was like, oh, just chill out a bit. You know?
Well, I think it's just because of people are like, well, you watch him, wait until he gets further up the rankings. He won't be able to be doing that, I don't think.
I don't know. I think he probably can. It's just it takes him.
I don't think so. Him and Michael Chandler, who someone stays out in shape all year round.
Look at Michael Chandler. He did you not see that clip of him on Instagram? He was well fat. His belly was out here.
No, what? The one he's doing golf?
No, you're not seeing him. He's in his back garden. Chandler had a massive belly.
It's like I can't see because Paddy maybe he's more because he's more in the limelight of it.
Yeah, I think when he gets a bit older, it'll be more difficult. But look at Ricky Hatton. He used to do it all the time. He used to blow up right in between fights.
Yeah, he was big into cocaine as well, though, wasn't he, Ricky Hatton?
I think I agree. I don't think he can do it forever. But like you see when he said, "Oh, GSP said I'm not that fat," you know.
I love the interview when he said he said something. I can't remember what he said to George, and he went, "But as you can see, I'm fat now." It's like a nature documentary or something.
Yeah. Well, all the fighters were just saying he needs
Alex Pereira and Sean Strickland doing next. I'm just getting the promos for that. So what do you think? Have you got a last minute prediction? Are you changing your mind? What are you doing?
No, my prediction is going to stay the same. I think Strickland overall is a better MMA fighter than Pereira. But I think Pereira's striking is just unworldly, isn't it? It's just, he's got to be one of the best strikers already in the UFC. But I think Strickland's just going to shoot for his life, keep him up against the fence and clinch him for 3 rounds. I think we're in for a bit of a boring fight, Or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it'll be a banger, but I think that's what's going to happen. I think it's going to be like Usman and Masvidal won, just up against the fence for 3 rounds, stomping on the feet.
I like how that and Izzy and Romero are like the pinnacles of boring fights.
Yeah. Whoa, Pereira, calm down. You're not fighting already.
yeah.
He's worried.
That's when you select your fighter on the game. That's when you select. Oh, it's Legolas now. When you select your fighter, isn't it?
Yeah.
The Dwayne curse is no longer active, by the way.
Yeah, it is.
Wouldn't you say you wanted Brian to? You thought Brian were going to get a TKO?
No. I said Robbie might get a KO, or Brian will get a decision win. My curse is saying people won't get knocked out, and then they do get knocked out. That's my curse.
You've cursed Max Holloway anyway. So if that happens next,
then if Max Holloway gets knocked out, I'm 3 for 3 on my curse.
Bookies will be calling you tomorrow.
Yeah. It'll be me, Shale, and Drake. Will be the 3 curses altogether. Because Drake put a bet on Izzy, didn't he? And everyone's like, oh, he's cursed him now. That's it. Izzy's losing.
$1 million or something, wasn't it?
Ridiculous, isn't it?
That's the thing. I don't want to like sort of step over Cannonier or any disrespect, but he's got more than a puncher's chance. But I think it's just because of how good Izzy is. You're like, I just don't see anyone doing it.
It seems unlikely, doesn't it? It does seem like Izzy's got this in the bag. But you're right, kind of, because I hate the word puncher's chance anyway. I think, do you know what I mean? You don't say, oh, wrestler's chance or submitter's chance. Do you know what I mean? If I purposely throw a punch and I punch you in the head and I win the fight, that's not luck. I've done that on purpose. If I'm a high-level striker, it just I don't like that term. I don't know why.
I think it's the sense of it's to give a massive underdog some sort of glimmer of hope.
Yeah.
The only time I'd never use the word puncher's chance is a Ben Askren fight because he doesn't have a puncher's chance.
He's got a spinning elbow chance. He's got a spinning elbow chance.
That was terrible. You're like one of them little ballerinas that used to be at your nana's house. You know, when you opened it up and it just like play a little shitty tune. Terrible.
Poor Askren. One of the best fighters in the world. No, and then and then just disaster after disaster.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't watched a Jake Paul fight since then. I thought I'm never watching these again. Because I stayed up as well to watch it. I thought I'll get up because I loved Ben Askren at that point. You know, he's one of my favourite fighters. I thought I'll watch it. And I was like, why am I watching a Justin Bieber concert? I just want to see them fight. What's going on?
Yeah, that's what it gets. You think, this is just terrible.
Yeah, you taking mick. Imagine now if they just came out and just stopped it halfway through and Mel Gibson just started doing a play. You know, get on with it.
yeah. Like, just people at the stage left. So.
I'll be back one second.
It'd only work with that kind of stuff as well, though, wouldn't it? It'd never work if you had like Tiger Woods just turn up and just pot a few balls. It won't work. You got Ronnie O'Sullivan. They set up a big snooker table in the middle of the octagon.
I'd love to see that, actually. I'll be back in 1 second. Just going to low before this fight starts.
Yeah, no bother. Alex hasn't taken his eyes off Sean. Just as he's coming to the cage. If anyone's catching up, we've just got the tail of the tape up now. I didn't realise Alex Pereira is 6'4", though. Hell at all. But this is him. He hasn't even ranked and he's jumping up. I think it's because there's that dream fight of him and Israel end up having to go at it. Because the story writes itself, the fight writes itself, you wouldn't actually need to sell the fight just because he's beat Izzy twice. There's already the built-in story and you just think, well, make this in MMA now instead of kickboxing. Like 5-1. And after this, if we go in for Izzy, if he gets 6-1, you just think that looks a bit silly compared to the champion's record. See, Sean Strickland doesn't like I know he talks to a lot of people during the fights. It's a bit like Kevin Holland, but he just looks focused and determined here.
Well, him and Kevin Holland seem to hate each other, don't they? Do you know what Strickland said? He said, they asked him, they said, what do you think of Kevin Holland stopping all these crimes? He's like, I hate him. So I'd probably like him more if he was the criminal. You think, what does that even mean?
I don't know. He doesn't think. But I was just saying, then you're just in time now, Dwayne. And Strickland, like, there isn't a mark on his face. He's a smile on his face.
Yeah. He does chit-chat in the, right, we're kicking off now. Just touch gloves. Start.
Oh, really? Yeah, you're in front of me.
Yeah. Strickland stayed in the middle of the octagon, pushing Pereira back. If you're Strickland, you're going to wrestle, aren't you, really?
I've got 4, 29, 28, 27.
23, I'm on 22, 20. So 4, 10,
9.
Yeah,
8.
We're same, exactly the
Perfect.
same.
That's absolutely live then, yeah.
That's the trouble, isn't it? Mine crashed and I'm ahead of you. Doesn't make sense, does it? These big,
I don't get it. But still, all right. So you were saying you think this would be quite a lackluster fight?
I think so. I don't think it's going to be that exciting. I think Strickland's going to be quite gun shy and he's just going to try and get in range and get in the clinch and grapple. I mean, if I was Strickland, that's what I'd do. I won't stand with one of the best, kickboxers in the world.
Who do you want to win?
I I don't know.
So I was just saying when you nipped away, I was saying about like that's why there's such a push behind Alex, because the fight between him and Israel would write itself. You know, so that would be interesting. It'd be interesting to see that, but I think it's just how unhinged Strickland is that makes it, you know, somewhat of an interesting fight.
Yeah, for sure. I feel like it's more exciting for me if Strickland wins. I think it really just adds a bit more to the division. I think Pereira's good, but I don't know. I don't think he's ready to fight, is he? I know he's fought before, beaten twice, but it's a different sport.
Well, you look at this. This is what I was talking about before. Strickland, number 4 next to his name. Pereira, nothing.
Yeah. Oh, that's
true.
Oh my God.
Oh my God. No! Oh my God. Strickland just got knocked out in the first round.
Oh my God. Can't believe that. Oh, ridiculous.
That was fair enough as well. But you see, get up and raise his hands like this, but no, that was.
Ow. Oh, he's annoyed, isn't he?
Yeah, he's wound up now.
So the official just slapped Strickland on the arse then. Give a little smack on the bum. Strickland.
Right, he's shaking his head now, but let's watch this back.
Yeah.
That would mean left hand by Alex. Bang. Yeah.
That's his signature, isn't it? That left duck.
You see him, yeah, that's how he caught, is it, wasn't it? You see him like literally watch Sean go down now. And where he's looking, he stays looking up. Like not even looking at Alex. He's like he ain't fully with it there.
Well, Strickland didn't really do anything this fight, did he? I thought he'd at least try and catch him, you know, try and clinch up, try and shoot, do something. Well, it seems like we're going to get Izzy versus Pereira now then, which is ridiculous. Pereira does not deserve a title shot at all, does he?
Well, he's just knocked out number 4 when he's unranked.
He shouldn't have been fighting number 4 unranked anyway. But yeah.
No, but it's like... But I mean, he's done it though.
Like,
he's done it though. Now it's you know he's proved that he can hang with them, I guess.
Yeah. But Strickland just literally did nothing, did he? You know, he didn't do squat. Yeah, Viper called this ages ago. He said that he said that's exactly what was going to happen.
On our predictions or on this video.
On predictions, yeah. And just now in the comments, but you just think, Strickland did nothing. That's the problem. Like he just stood still. It's like, why are you doing that?
It was that Eddie Hall stood with Alex Pereira.
He does look like Eddie Hall, doesn't it? Gonna come in playing. You did say you wanted a game of snooker at Middleweight Rankings.
Yeah. That boxing fight was god
awful. My God.
Let's see what he says now if he calls out Izzy. See what the translator says. Fair enough. Just saying that he respects Sean. Don't care what he says in the pre-show sort of stuff. Don't take anything personally. Yeah. Good enough.
Well, Strickland didn't say much about Pereira anyway, did he? It was more aiming everything
Not
at
really.
him.
But you can't say fairer than that. That was a fair call to call that fight. You see what I mean? He was just glaring up. He wasn't even looking like he went really with it.
Yeah, it's like, what's going on?
He seems like a nice dude as well, does Alex? Like, as in, obviously, I know he looks. Hang on. Could be fighting for the title next. Give us your thoughts on it. Let's see what he says after the translator. It's the only thing when you've got to wait for the translator, isn't it? It kind of, you're just silent listening to what they've got to say.
Yeah, he's like,
yeah.
Let's cheer for Alessandro. Yeah, because if Jared Cannonier wins, that really throws a spanner in Dana White's plans. I think Dana would be better just rigging the fights, just make it like WWE, you know?
Just do the Montreal screw job again.
Yeah.
If there's a submission going in, Dana comes out and rings the bell.
Yeah. Have you seen that meme what's going around? So whenever the Brazilian fighters talk and it goes to the translator, it just translates and the translator just changes it. It's all to Oliveira going, the champ has a name and his name's Charles de Bronx. And they just say that over everything. All the
Shaq. Oh, there he is, Chuck Liddell. He's dyed his hair. Chuck Liddell has dyed his hair.
It feels like Chuck Liddell's always at these events, isn't he? He just comes every week.
Yeah, I think so. Dustin Poirier. Gaethje. Yeah, he's shaved his head as Yuri now, hasn't he? He's in the crowd. Yeah, the Alex Pereira just seems like a real nice guy. Like, I hope I get this right. Just in the video that I've seen of him earlier, when he was saying about like his family is like the indigenous people or where his upbringing from was or something, and they struggled with food, so he went and donated food for them and all that kind of stuff. And he says something along the lines of like, I want to take advantage of the UFC and the media and the attention that they give me so I can give back to that community. And you're like, oh, fair enough.
Yeah, nice guy. Isn't it? And that's the thing with a lot of Brazilians, isn't there? It's a lot of like, if you're poor in the UK, you know, you've got a council house and an Xbox and a telly. Whereas in Brazil, if you're poor, you live in a favela and you've got nothing, have you? You know, that's the thing. You know, they're really homeless over there. You know, gosh. So it's nice that you can do something, bring something back.
Yeah.
I was watching this. I was watching this kickboxer, and he was talking about if Israel Adesanya and Izzy fight again. He's a big kickboxer. You know, he's a champion and that. And he was saying, he said the way he got knocked out. He said in MMA, it's very unlikely the same thing had happened just because the stances are slightly different and stuff like that. But I mean, I don't know how much does a stance affect you get whacked in the head with a left hook, you know?
See, with the Max and Volk fights, I don't know if like, you know, if this will divide anyone or anything like that, but the amount of like, you know, analysis that I've watched on it, Dan Hardy and all that, people still say, no, Max won the fights. Someone said it on our video. I can't remember which video it was, one of our shorts, saying Max won and go back and watch it. You're like, they were so razor close. You can't, you know, you can't like determine this was definitely the right decision or this was definitely the right decision. They were like, especially the second fight, that was a split decision and it was literally like on the border of like a knife and it could have just fallen either way. Like, and either way, I'd have been happy, to be honest. So I don't get how people can let whichever, you know, Alex or Max be the hill that they die on and say, definitely this was 100% the right thing. You're like, it was just a close fight. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Close fights happen all the time. I do feel though in that the first fight was razor thin. The first fight, but for me in the second fight, Volk really made some massive adjustments in the third, fourth, and fifth, and that's what got him the win. Because Holloway came out really strong, and Volk was getting annoyed, and he made these huge adjustments. And that's what it takes to be a champ, is to be able to change what you're doing on the fly and go, right, I've got to adjust, I've got to do this. I'm curious how it's going to go. Gosh, I can't believe it when they're there already.
It does. What time is it for you back home?
4:30.
Really not. Yeah, there's only 2 fights left, isn't it? It's not that much of a.
Yeah.
I don't miss them days, pal. When I came home, it was actually the last Israel fight. I was at home. Well, I was at home for a couple of months, as you know, but
Yeah.
for the last Israel fight, it was against Whitaker, wasn't it? I got up at like 3 bells, and my God, it ruined me for the day. I thought, I'll just stay up now and I might as well just go to bed later. I ended up having to nap during the day. I never nap. And that just ruined me completely.
Well, that's why I thought, oh, I had a bit of a nap this afternoon and an hour just before the fight. So I should hopefully be okay.
Yeah.
So you don't want to, that's the problem with UFC. You think, oh, I don't want to do much on the Saturday because I know I've got to be up late tonight. And then Sunday you're exhausted. You end up just throwing away your weekend watching fights. Thank God.
I'm going to be back in a little minute before this fight kicks off, Dwayne.
Just showing us the featherweight rankings now. And it's interesting to see because, Rodriguez and Brian Ortega are fighting, in a week or so, a couple of weeks. And if Brian Ortega wins, does that mean he gets another title shot already? Which seems unfair. Seems like he doesn't really deserve that. And if Rodriguez wins, after coming off a loss against Max, should he get a title shot? That's the problem, isn't it, with these sort of divisions where it's two guys who are really high up there and just dominating that division. You know, I mean, it's been these two for on and off for 2-3 years now, isn't it? You know, and you just think, does anyone else really deserve a shot? Like Korean Zombie, he shouldn't have been in the ring with Volk at all, you know. Well, they're just showing us the rankings again. We've just seen these. Like Mark was saying earlier, so the trouble is if you watch it, they show you the same thing over and over and over again. Oh, Josh Emmett's really high now as well. I bet maybe it might be good to see whoever wins between Brian and they fight Josh Emmett. That'd be quite good for #1 contender. Because the problem is when they're fighting so close to each other, the time difference, you know. Yeah, Viper, you're probably right there where Strickland said that he's going to stand with Pereira. Just a dumb decision, that, isn't it? You know, what's he got to prove? You know, just if you're a better wrestler, wrestle, right? You know, do what got you to the dance.
I'm back.
Welcome back, mate. Mine seems to crash after every fight. Mine just takes a big crash. What's happening on your screen at the moment?
Volk battering. Is it Zombie? I can't see. I've just stepped down.
Yeah, that's where mine is. Oh, we're in the same spot then. That's fine. It's so weird that it mine crashes and then we end up being in the same spot anyway. It's weird.
I don't know. It's just Max on the bag now, and then it's him battering. Yeah.
Well, I was just saying, Rodriguez and Brian Ortega are going to fight. What is it next week or the week after?
Yeah.
If they win, do they get a title shot? Like Brian Ortega, you know, he's lost to both Holloway and Volk. So whoever wins, does he deserve a title shot? And Rodriguez just lost to Holloway. It just seems a bit weird.
That's what we're saying. Like, we're going to do a video in the very near future about what's next for the featherweight division, where we'll discuss it more in depth. But it seems to be there's Max and Alexander who are just that dominant. Like it's the same as, you know, look at welterweight with Colby and Kamaru, middleweight with Izzy and Rob Whitaker. They're just both that. They're the only ones that are that high. Sorry, the dog. I'll go get the dog.
Don't worry about it. Yeah, and that's the problem.
I thought she was there, but she's not.
That's the problem with dominant divisions like that, isn't it? Where it's just two guys at the top, you know. It's like lightweight, you know, it's whoever the champion, Connor.
Well, I can't believe that Connor's getting another. Or
Well,
Alex,
he's probably not.
Charles.
He's probably not going to get another shot. I think. I don't know if it's on the table. If Charles wants it, Dana wants it, and Connor wants it, it might happen.
That's the thing that's annoying. Like, as in what we were talking about with Dana saying, "Oh, Nate's won one fight in 5 years. You know, he probably should go and fight Jake Paul." You're like, Connor's won one fight in 5 years, and you're still in talks of him going for the title. You know, like, it's just so obvious. Like, obviously, it's favoritism because he's his golden goose, isn't it? But you know what I mean? It just looks so weird.
But look at Pereira. You know, that's just happened with him, hasn't it? You know, did he deserve to be fighting Strickland and now going for the belt?
I mean, because he's proved that he can do it though. It's like Ty.
Yeah,
he took that fight with Derek Lewis.
But sure, but it feels like they've set a path for him to get that almost. You know, they've set it up in some ways like, right, okay, he can beat Strickland and then he'll, you know, because did Strickland deserve a title shot? Probably not. You know, it seemed unlikely he was going to get one normally.
No, but I think it's just because, you know, fresh people coming up. Yeah. Because it's just easy lap in the division. Who's going to go? Vittori for a third, Robert for a third.
Yeah, that's
Costa
the problem,
for a
isn't
second.
it?
Don't deserve it, but it's like Alex. Then obviously it's just weird seeing an unranked fighter against the number 4, but then he goes out and finishes it in one round. You're like, well, he's fought that to get there. It's like with Conor, you know, he fought. I say this all the time. I'm not a Conor fan, but he stormed through the featherweight division, went to the lightweight division, got that double champ status, and then that was about it. You know, come back. He fought Cowboy, didn't he?
Yeah, I think that's it. If Conor comes back, he should not be fighting for the title. It just shouldn't be happening. You know, it doesn't matter how big a star he is, he shouldn't do it. But look at Brock. Brock Lesnar did that. He came, went in, you know, lost to Frank Mir, then got a title shot against Frank Mir, did he? After coming off
he got beat by Frank Mir, beat Heath Herring, then he went for the title shot.
Exactly, which is ridiculous, isn't it? But it's a double-edged sword, isn't it? Because, you know, you get the best fights in UFC, whereas with boxing, the problem is you've got to wait for all the best stuff to happen, you know. So
it's strange with, like, especially when you talk about, say, the wrestling thing, because obviously Brock is a massive name before he came to the UFC.
Yeah.
But you imagine putting him against, I won't give a name just because I don't want to be that disrespectful, but like an unranked heavyweight, you'd be like, well, Brock's going to storm through him, even though he hasn't had a UFC. He had an MMA fight in Japan, I think, before he did this.
And he did amateur wrestling as well, didn't he? That's
It's like with CM Punk. I mean, wrestling fans don't talk about CM Punk's UFC run, but Mickey made it look piss easy, and then he fought that Michael Jackson.
Yeah,
a different Michael Jackson. You know,
I wish he wasn't a different Michael Jackson. Who's bad? Just comes in and just does like a
moonwalks down to the ring.
Yeah.
Has he got Men at Work, Land Down Under again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really like Colin Hay, the lead guy out of this. He does like an acoustic version of all the songs. He's got a really good album, and they're really, really good.
I'd seen Max come out to Kate Bush. Really, really not a fan. Well, I think it's because it's on the Stranger Things, isn't it?
Yeah.
I stopped watching that in the third season. I didn't think the third one was very good. So
the third series was really boring. And then series 4 was coming out. And my missus was like, oh, do you want to watch this again? I was like, oh, I got a bit bored of it. So I rewatched them all.
Yeah. Is it worth it, the fourth?
Really good. Yeah.
Maybe I'll give it a go. There's a few things. I'm like I've said to you many times, Dwayne, I'm always getting bollockings for things I haven't watched.
Yeah. It is funny though, isn't it? Like,
films and series and all that, and you're like, it could be the absolute best thing that I've ever seen in my life, but it is still just about 3 hours, or if it's a series, 20 hours just sat looking at the TV.
Yeah,
I suppose this is what I'm doing now, you know.
Yeah, that's true. So everyone said mine's crashed again. The BT app's rubbish today.
Well, Volk's just with his corner is just about to get Vaselined up.
Yeah.
Took his shirt off.
Poor Strickland there. I'll just send you a picture I've just seen now. Strickland. God. Just asleep.
Hello.
Poor bloke.
Yeah, that's me after 10 Guinness.
Yeah, I think I'm really behind here, Mark. Volk's getting Vaselined up still.
Yeah, he still is now. He's just walked away. He's just touched he's just in the octagon. Well, he's still on the outside.
No, mine's 1 second. Let me restart it. Don't be too far behind you.
Yeah, just because the fight, they're about to do introductions. This is going to be Viper. Who's ready for a war then? I do hope it's a war, but I hope whoever wins, I'd prefer it if it was Volk and it was a decisive win. So we can actually put this behind him. Because, like I said, if Max wins this, even if it's a first round knockout for Max, then what they're going to do is just fight forever.
But that's the thing. And if it's the opposite way around, say if Holloway does lose here, right?
The tapes just come up.
No, I'm really far behind.
Right. I'll tell you what, as soon as I see Bruce Buffer, I'm gonna pause mine and then you let me know. Just switch over quick and see. Right. Tell me as soon as you see Bruce.
What, in the octagon fully or just like from
Yeah.
Right, I'll see Bruce now. Go.
Right. Main event. Yeah. That's co-main, sorry.
Yeah. God, yeah, it's mad that this is a co-main event. This is bloody hell.
Yeah. Volk just getting a drink of water.
Yeah, we're at the same point.
I know it's subjective in that I really don't like Max's tattoos on his back. Same as Tony Ferguson's, aren't they? The angel wings.
Yeah, those big wings, they're too much, aren't
they? We sound like parents in the 70s, like them thugs. Saying that, Dwayne, I'm getting booked in again soon.
What are you getting?
Big, like Kevin Owens, the T-Rex.
Oh, yeah.
I'm gonna get it there on the inside.
Oh, that's nice.
I wanted to like get like bigger arms before I do it, but if you do that, I'll never think they're big enough before I get it. So it's fine.
But
yeah, you losing your tattoo virginity at some point?
Nah, I doubt it.
Not into it.
No, well, I'd always thought about it, but my dad's covered in them, and he's like, he just sort of just drilled it into me. Don't get one. Do you know what I mean? He just, I won't then. Because he regrets every single one of his, you see.
Yeah, my dad's got some shit.
Yeah. But the thing is, all yours are covered up though, aren't they? Whereas my dad's got them all up and down his arms and his legs, which is fine, but you need to be able to cover them, don't you, when you're out and about, in some...
I always wanted to be able to say that I could wear a suit and for no one to be able to tell I've got any.
Yeah.
But
100%.
Let's get into this then, Dwayne, because this is getting me... you forget just like, you're watching it now and it's just sort of casual, but when you actually think about it, I remember the first time that these fought was my last event that I watched in Sydney. So obviously I was in Sydney when the Aussie won. And it was in Star Casino in Sydney and everyone erupted. Everyone loved it. So it was such a good atmosphere to see that.
Volk's 24-1, isn't it? Have you seen the guy who he lost to? He's a builder now in Australia, isn't he? And he says he tells everyone in the pub all the time, I'm not Volkanovski out. But it was like at welterweight or something ridiculous, wasn't it? It was massive. He was huge.
Well, Volk used to be like 200 odd pounds, didn't he? Was he like a rugby player or something? Right, here we go. To end the start.
I think Holloway said no glove touch.
They did just touch gloves then when they were stood, but
let's see. Woo!
Man, you get I'm gonna have to cut out the energy drinks.
Right, round one underway.
Touch gloves, yeah. 56, 55.
I'm on 52, 51, 50.
Yeah. We're near enough there.
Close enough, yeah.
Well, all the talk in the press conferences. If I had a quid every time Max Holloway said Saturday night, I'd be watching this on a yacht.
I'm nervous for this fight.
I am. I mean, obviously it's the first minute, so you can't really tell too much, but Volk seems a bit cautious.
Yeah.
That's it. Like we were saying though, like even Max said, you know, I'm known for taking damage. And you know, you say he's never been dropped, never knocked out, all that kind of stuff. But we were saying you can't train your chin.
No.
So if it goes, it goes. That's it. You know, like we were saying, Chuck Liddell in the day, even his trainer missed. See the little nod, acknowledgement.
That was a big punch there. If it had got that, bloody heck.
Yeah. Let's go. Oh.
Yeah, I can tell you're slightly behind me there with the two kicks at the same time. How'd you react to it?
It's literally like a second or so, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh.
After I tell you what, if this goes into the second round, I'll live it then, and then
we'll sort it out then. Yeah. Oh. Do you think Volk can get a finish?
I thought in my predictions, I thought he was going to get it because I think I think he wants to put an end to this complete statement, but you thought he was going to go in and get finished, didn't you?
Yeah, I feel like when you're trying to get the finish, is he going to put himself in some risky situations to go for it, you know?
Mm.
I think Volk's winning this round so far, but we're only halfway through it, so you don't know.
Yeah, it's not... even Volk was saying, wasn't he, like, you know, I want to keep the judges out of this one.
Yeah.
I don't think enough people talk about Volk in the conversation of the greatest featherweight or potentially one of the greatest featherweights of all time.
He's really, really good. But I thought it was interesting when Holloway said, when someone asked him, is he the best featherweight, Holloway? And he said, we all forgot about Jose Aldo. I think, yeah, I guess that's true.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Everyone's always searching for the best of whatever division. You think, well, you know, people fight at different eras with different types of training, different stuff. You know, it's hard to compare, isn't it? You know.
Yeah, that was a nice right hand by Volk, though, wasn't it?
It's like, you know, with footballers and stuff, their training's so different, their diet's different. You know, it's the same now for all combat sports. Like Roy Keane, he was saying the other day, he said, oh, before a fight, he'd have a kebab. Not before a fight, before a football match, he'd eat a kebab. You know, a football player would never do that now.
Look at
nice. Come on.
That was stiff by Volk, that left.
Yeah, he's coming in with these big left hooks, isn't he?
He has got power as well. We've always known that, but I mean, Jesus, because I think he's always had power, but especially against like Max Holloway, it just looks like Max can just eat him.
Yeah.
The first two fights, they weren't exactly grapple heavy, were they?
No, not particularly. Well, neither of them are really grapplers, are they? You know.
No, but you know, like sometimes they go for different approaches or whatever, but I can't really see that happening. Yeah, look, significant strikes.
Yeah.
24-13 for Volk.
Yeah.
Ten seconds left.
I'm on 5 seconds.
Right.
Oh, spinning elbow to win the round.
Yeah, I tell you what, I'm going to come back onto it and then we'll figure it out now.
Well, it's a 10-9 to Volk, isn't it, so far? But first rounds with these sort of fighters, you know, it don't mean much, does it? But Volk's looking for that left hook, isn't he? You see, he's looking for that. I think that's what they've trained. That's what they've set up.
Okay, so Dwayne, I think I might still be slightly behind.
So I've got. Well, they're both getting Vaseline rubbed on their head, bits and bobs.
All right, so hang on.
Just blown the whistle to get up now. They're just both standing up.
All right, okay, yeah, so I'm in front here again.
Well, if you pause it for exactly when the fight starts, I'll tell you.
Tell me when the fight starts. Wait, hang on.
Right, just touch gloves.
Yeah, all right, we're fine. Perfect.
Because it's funny, I was like, oh, and then I do, you go, oh, 5 seconds after.
Yeah. It's like a lag.
Yeah.
Oof, nice right by Volt though.
Thing is, Volk doesn't need a knockout, he just needs a decisive win. It's got to not be a split decision for him to really move away from this.
The first one was unanimous, wasn't it? The second one was a split.
Yeah. But this year's fans will never be happy with it, you know.
No. I think there's too much as well. I'm probably guilty of it myself, but like bias in fans just watching stuff, you know, it's bound to happen.
We're all guilty of it, aren't we? You know. Oh,
yeah. Oh, big shot though, wasn't it? Max can take a beating.
He's got a really good chin and a really good chin. And he's so tall for the division as well, isn't he? You know.
So. Oh. Sean O'Malley's just tweeted, first man to finish Pedro.
That's brilliant. Eh? He's such a troll, isn't it? He'll play on that forever now. Oh, big elbow in the clinch. We're coming out of the clinch. It's funny, is it? Some fighters, when they come out of the clinch, don't do anything, and some are just animals out of it. Like, oh, God.
Yeah, it used to be coming out of a clinch, Cowboy Cerrone's signature head kick. Straight out of a clinch, but every time I always think I'd make a great shit commentator, Dwayne, because all I do is, oh, that looks sore, you know, and I never actually call any action or anything like that. So I'd be the worst. He's got a cut on his eye, though, as Max, hasn't he? Looks like Tony Montana.
Yeah, well,
straight down the middle.
That could be a way Volk could win, couldn't it? Just by stoppage, you know, cut.
Yeah.
You know. Dr. Stoppage.
Yeah.
I always think of Conor now when that happens, a Dr. Stoppage. Oh,
he's getting tagged.
Volk's really lighting him up, isn't he?
I remember Volk's last fight against Korean Zombie. That almost looked unfair.
Yeah, it was horrible, wasn't it? I felt really sorry for Zombie there. So,
you don't, I mean, as a fight fan, it's just what happens, you know, you can't do anything about it. But I don't like them fights where they're just so like one-sided. They don't make it fun to watch. You remember Max versus Calvin Kattar? Oh,
yeah.
Nice combo there. But Max answered with an head kick then, though, didn't he?
And that's the thing, isn't it? And then, because you saw Kattar get demolished by Max, and you think, oh, God, Kattar sucks. And then he absolutely battered Giga. You think, wow. And then, you know, Giga and Qatar, not Giga, Calvin and Qatar fought recently. And it just shows how good
Josh Emmett.
is. Yeah, oh yeah, Emmett, sorry.
Calvin and Qatar fought.
Yeah, Calvin versus Qatar, fighting himself in mirror.
Yeah. Just in all the mirrors in Blackpool.
Oh, nice. Volk's amazing, isn't he?
Attempt at a flying knee by Max there, but I love that then because it just seemed like there were no context to that, Dwayne. It was just Volk's amazing.
Volk's amazing. I love Volk. He's big, bold head.
I've got his bed sheet. Round 3.
Wow.
Sleepy Simone or Dude Sweet Holdies. Haven't seen those in a while. I don't understand what you mean. I'm sorry.
Oh, sweet Holdies. Holdies nuts, I think.
Yeah.
What's Holdies? Holdies nuts. That's what they're trying to say, I think.
Okay, yeah. I remember that. Look at that cut on Max.
Yeah, that's bad, isn't it? But it's 28?
I think.
Yeah, it's big one.
Unless he's just pushing down really hard.
Yeah. Well, he will be, won't he? He'll be trying to stop it as much as possible.
Come on, move your hand. I want to see it.
Oh, God, there's blood trickling down his eye. It's 2018 to Volk, isn't it? Got to be.
Surely. Well, that is bad. Look at that. He is like Scarface.
Yeah. If I'm Volk now, I'm just going to aim for that and get a stoppage.
I think the thing with that kind of stuff, you know, in previous fights, you've just got a big target on you, you know.
It's like just touch gloves now. It's like when Ngannou came in with knee pads. You know, he's only got one knee up, but he wears 2 knee pads, so you don't know which knee it is and aim for it.
Who's that? Sorry,
Ngannou. You know when he fought Garn.
Oh yeah,
knee pads. He wore 2, so you don't know. But why didn't Garn just go for either of the knees? He didn't go for one of them. You think, at least go for it.
Yeah, that fight honestly took me by such surprise that it was Francis by decision. I was expecting anything but that.
Yeah,
like literally anything.
Francis winning by wrestling. You never expect that, would you?
I love it when he body slammed him though.
Yeah, that was scary, wasn't it?
It's like a DC body slam. See, Max looks like he's picking up the pace a little bit. Maybe he feels a sense of urgency, you know, with that eye.
Well, he's 2 rounds behind and he's got a big cut, you know?
Yeah.
Volk's got to be careful, though. Max really does have knockout power. He's got to be careful.
Yeah, you see Max. He's kind of forcing Volk around the outside, isn't he?
Yeah. I don't want Volk getting overconfident and running into something daft, you know.
like where he's cornerman. Now, I don't want you doing something silly. You know what you like when you get excited?
Yeah.
Stop showing off.
Stay calm, Volk. Stay calm.
Yeah.
Sound like some others do have them, don't we? You know.
Yeah, Frank Spencer.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Volk seems ready for that egg kick all the time, doesn't he? He's put his hands.
He does, doesn't he? And he's throwing bombs. That eye is pissing.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Volk is all over Holloway, isn't he?
Yeah,
he seems to have an answer for everything he's doing.
I mean, Holloway is still throwing, but Volk just seems that step ahead, doesn't he?
He really does.
I mean, don't get me wrong, Max is still in it. 100%.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Definitely.
It's nowhere near like, you know, one-sided as anything, but...
Yeah. Thing is, Holloway fans, they'll still say Max is winning.
The big shots, they're big that Alex is throwing now.
Clinch him up.
Just Clinch against the fence. Volk's pressing under him. So this is the most grappling that I think I've seen in all three of these fights by them.
Yeah, there haven't been any, has there?
And they've just literally been pressed up against the fence for what, 40 seconds?
This is what I thought Strickland was going to do. Just hold him up. Strickland couldn't hold himself up though, could he? Never mind.
Oh, spinning elbow to release. Oh, he just catches Max, doesn't he?
Yeah. He seems to know where Max is going to be every time, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I think Volk's just got such a good ring IQ, hasn't he? He knows what's going to happen.
Just as a fighter in general, doesn't he? It's like he just seems to have it all.
72 strikes.
Ooh, big knee by Max, though. So even Rogan says then Max is like a step behind his previous performances.
Yeah, for sure.
Big. That's what I mean. All I do is suck in through my teeth.
Yes.
But that, I would say that right hand, but it's the left and the right, isn't it? By Volk is just so quick with it.
Yeah.
Just piston. See, this is where we need Jim Ross on commentary talking about the crimson mask that Max is wearing.
So it's 30-27 to Volk now, and it's got to be.
Surely it's got to be, man.
Wow. Honestly, I wasn't expecting it to be like this, really. I thought it was going to be closer. So Max has to get a knockout in these next 2 rounds, or that's it.
I hate to, when we've got 2 rounds to go, I hate to say how it looks, but I think it looks like it could be a Volk decision again.
Yeah. It's either going to be a Volk decision or a doctor stoppage to this cut. Wow.
How was your BT, Dwayne?
Yeah, fine. Oh, have you seen that
said,
size of that
BT
cut?
Sports frozen. That's
What,
disgusting, isn't it? No, Viper's BT Sports frozen.
Oh no, mine's still alive. Right, I'm okay for now. That cut isn't it?
Looks on his ass. Look at Volk's clean on his face.
Clean as a whistle, isn't it? Holloway can still be in it. He can still get a knockout.
100%. He could definitely be in it. I mean, Alex is still, he hasn't backed up an inch. You've seen it a few times.
Yeah.
Where fighters they realize that they're up and they sort of relax a little bit.
You've got to get that happy medium. You don't want to come out too aggressive, because if you're winning, you can relax a bit, but not relax. But I mean, you don't want to become too aggressive. You can just hold them up against the clinch and you've got it in the bag. But
yeah, that's already opened up again, and we're not even a minute into the 4th round. It's already pissing down his face again.
wow. I just keep saying wow. I'm just like, wow.
Yeah,
wow.
I know. Like Owen Wilson. Wow. Viper, watch this somehow be a 48-47 split.
Would not go. Imagine that happening.
Has Max fought Korean Zombie?
Must have done, right? I think Max has fought everyone in that division, hasn't he?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, this is so far. This is definitely a Holloway's fight.
Volk's fight.
Yeah, sorry, Volk's fight.
Is that right? Good, yeah.
Viper, looks like I'm here now until my BT Sport fixes. Well, I mean, it's.
Well, we can tell you what's happening. Volk,
yeah, we can try at best. I mean, it's just pretty much the same as the other rounds. Volk's just getting a hell of a lot better, but Max is still in it. He's still throwing, but
yeah,
they're in a mark on Volk, and Max's face, looks like Kane from 1998.
Oh,
potential takedown by Max, but he's just got Alex pressed up against the fence again.
Yeah, and Volk's turned it round.
Yeah. Back to the center, striking again. This is less than 2 minutes left in the 4th round. Honestly, Dwayne, I don't think we're going to get a stoppage either way, to be honest.
Doesn't feel like it, unless that cut gets worse.
That, Alex cracked him and he cracked his jaw. But it is Max Holloway. He's like a Nate Diaz zombie.
Yeah, but more skilled. Just feels like Max doesn't really have a game plan here, does he?
Every time he goes in and he engages, it does come out worse off than
it's like Volk's predicting the future, and he's like, right, I do this and I know he's going to do this and this.
Yeah.
It feels like they've watched so many tapes on Max and they know exactly what he does.
You forget how young Max is as well.
Yeah.
Like, it feels like he's been around forever. But, man, yeah, look at that. Significant strikes. Volk is outstruck him in every single round.
Yeah.
Keeping him at a distance.
Some of these rounds could be 10-8s, you know.
Maybe.
But there's not been any knockdowns, as there. If there's not a knockdown,
I mean, I think it's right. Well, what the Dana was saying, I think it was ironically enough, I think it was after the Holloway and Calvin Kattar fight, where they were 10-8 rounds sort of thing, and he says that's a 10-8 round, but
yeah,
judges seem to be giving 10-8 rounds out like the sweets. They just like right.
End of the round. Wow.
5th and final round. Look, they're shaking hands now after the 4th.
Yeah. It's got to be 40-36 here. Volk's won every round. Could be even higher than that. Could be, could be 40-35. I doubt it, though. It shouldn't be a 10-8, really, but...
No, I wouldn't say a 10-8. I mean, you never know with the judges, dear, but I mean, it could well be, but I think they give 10-8s out too often.
Yeah.
I've never liked the judging system, to be honest with you.
It's terrible. The problem with the judging system is it's not set out correctly. They all get trained differently. They've all got, you're not watching football, are you? And they go, well, you know what a goal is, whereas this, fighting's 2 objective decisions, I mean, like this one's an easy decision.
Stop pissing.
Yeah, it's terrible, isn't it?
It's just a river.
I think Max is going to come out big this round, really big, because he's got to get a knockout. So he's going to be really hyper. He's got nothing to lose now. He's just got to come out swinging like mad.
Touch of gloves, 5th and final round. Here we go. Max's other eye's a bit swollen as well. He's bruised all around it, and his left eye's, bleeding still, and he hasn't even been touched this round yet. Big uppercut by Alex there. He just seems that step ahead, doesn't he?
He really does, doesn't he?
Max going for a takedown here. He's up against the fence.
I'm not sure why Max is going for a takedown, unless he's going to go for a submission, which I doubt.
Yeah.
You need to be striking and getting a knockout, Max, not pulling him up against the fence. Unless he doesn't realize he's so far behind.
His corner's got to be telling him, don't they?
They must know. They must know that they're losing.
Back to the
Max
center.
just has to come out swinging. It's all he can do.
Just watch your light, Dwayne, where your head were. Then it were right next to where the light is. Can't really see.
Give me 1 second. I'll close the blinds.
Not a great deal happening at the moment. I think Volk's just keeping him at bay. Oh, it was a nice swing. It's like whip head kick though. See, look at Max's shorts, the white shorts, they're covered in blood. It just looks like a battering, doesn't it?
I mean, Volk's just dominated this fight. It's crazy. I really wasn't expecting this. I think your bet for a draw's out the window, Mark.
Yeah, I can guarantee that. Well, you never know. These biased judges.
Yeah. Honestly, if any judge gives this to Max, they need sacked immediately. Wow. Honestly, I'm shocked how good Volk's looked in this. He seems to know everything. Yeah, see, he's ready for that head kick before it's even thrown now. He's ready. His hands up. He's ready. He knows it's coming before it's even thrown.
Yeah.
Why are you going for why, Max? Why are you doing this? Is he expecting, unless he's going to go for a submission, why are you clinching him? Why are you going for a takedown?
Look, Volk's so good. Like, as in, I sound like I'm just rimming him, but I'm not trying to. I'm just saying, like, in this division, you look at his last few fights, look at his rise to the top. Beat Max, beat Ortega to a pulp.
Yeah.
Do
you think we might get Volk versus Ortega? Volk versus Oliveira.
See, I'd watch that. That'd be definitely an interesting one.
That might be a fight to make,
Oliveira's got to win the title first. Oliveira's got to win the title back first, doesn't he?
Well, he's the number one contender, so you could have Volk versus Oliveira for it.
You could, yeah.
I think that'd be a good one to do because apart from Islam, there's not really a contender there, is there, for the lightweight belt?
Nah, not really.
I feel like Islam and Dariush probably need to fight first.
Definitely. This is looking like just a decision win for Alex and fairly smooth sailing, if I'm quite honest. He's getting lit. Max is getting lit up though.
Yeah.
His face looks like. Do you remember when Max fought Brian Ortega?
Yeah.
He don't. Apart from his face, Max doesn't even look fatigued. It's still bouncing around and all that.
Yeah, he doesn't look tired or anything, is he? Yeah.
100%. 50 seconds left. It's. I think it's academic, really, at this stage, isn't it?
Well, we thought that with Yuri and bloody Glover,
Yeah.
Glover was 30 seconds away from a victory, Yeah, see, he had his hands up ready for that head kick again before it was even thrown.
Yeah.
It's like his sidekick.
Oh, my God, yeah. This is just academic now. 10 seconds left. Final round.
Go on, Max. Do a big front kick. Knock him out. Go on.
Yeah. Might as well. Do a cartwheel.
Yeah, go on. Wow, well done. Matt, 50-45 got to be, hasn't it? 50-45 easy.
I don't think you could argue for... No one could argue any point for Max there.
No, he hasn't won one round there. Absolute domination.
See,
Do you know?
you know what? It's bad when even the commentators are just saying, if you can do that to Max Holloway, who's next?
Right, yeah. He's got to go up to lightweight, hasn't he? That's his. Do you know? I'd love to see Volk versus Michael Chandler. That'd be a fight and a half. I'd love to see that.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
But a champ doesn't go up and fight contenders. A champ goes up and fights another champ, doesn't he?
Yeah, yeah. Because it wouldn't make sense for him, really, would it?
Wow. I'm interested to hear what the judges say. If they give him, if it's not 50-45, it has to be lower than that. You know, if there's an 8.
It just looks fresh.
Yeah, I know. It looks like he could go another 5 rounds. He ain't got a mark on him. Amazing.
He has never give a shit, has he? Volk, as in like when he's just saying there to the camera, he says, "People back home, let everyone boo. Who gives a shit?" You know, like I remember even against Ortega, everyone were booing him and all that kind of stuff. He's just like,
it's what I hate, honestly. It's the one thing that turns me off about UFC is the American audience. They just boo anyone who's not American. Like, what is going on, you know?
Oh.
Yeah, Max knows he's lost here, doesn't he?
See what the points are. 50-45, yeah.
Actively.
Max Holloway.
If they said and knew, oh my God.
Yeah. Where's Dana?
He's not been at the last few fights, is he? Is he been sick or something? Or something happened?
Just waiting for, people to come back like, yeah, but it's a lack of confidence because Max won the first 2 fights. So obviously his confidence is going to be knocked for the third fight. You know, look, I like Max as well. I'm a fan of Max. But it's just, it's plainly when people just ride him for anything. Let's see what he's got to say if he's going to move up.
He's got to call out Charles.
Just turn yours down a touch, Dwayne.
Oh, they're still booing the Americans.
Yeah. Here we go. Nice. I believe him as well that because he was saying he just wants to go up to lightweight and get there.
Yeah. That's the issue. Apart from what Amanda Nunes, none of the double champs have defended both titles, have they? Not one of them, apart from
Did Cormier not? No.
Who?
Cormier.
No.
Well, there's Charles.
Yeah.
And Davison next to him, look. Davison Figueiredo.
Chris Angel. Whoever that is.
I remember him.
EJ Penn. Triple H. Vince McMahon's there.
Stephen Vince.
Wait, Vince is there tonight and not Money in the Bank. Oh, Money in the Bank must have finished, won't it?
Vince don't have a clue what's going on. Viper, I don't know. Volkanovski, pound for pound number one. It's a strong case for that, to be honest with you. Like, it definitely proved it. That he's at least in the talks of. It winds me up when people disregard him. If you're talking about, the greatest featherweights, we've spoke about this before, Dwayne. When people just sort of write him off, like, well, he's all right. You're like, what do you mean, all right? He's so good.
Do you want to know the results for Money in the Bank?
Yeah, who was the mystery person in Money in the Bank?
Mystery person? I don't know.
Yeah, I remember seeing it where it was showing who's in the Money in the Bank, and then there was a vacant.
Oh, okay. So, it'll be in Austin Theory. So, Drew McIntyre, Madcap Moss, Matt Riddle, Seth Rollins, Sheamus, and Sami Zayn versus Omos. But Austin Theory won Money in the Bank.
Right, okay.
He's the guy who fought Pat McAfee at Mania.
Oh, yeah, I know who he is. Yeah, it's a little... Okay, not believable. I'm just going to get a water, Dwayne.
Yeah. I was really hoping it was going to be Sami Zayn to win.
You like Sami, don't you?
Yeah, he's really good. He's really interesting. Sorry for anyone who's not interested in WWE. It's just Vince McMahon was there, so I thought I'd better look at the results. But yeah, I think the fight to make now is Volk versus Oliveira, isn't it? For the lightweight belt, I think that'd be great. Because I don't know what's left for Volk at featherweight. It feels like he has to go up, and he's not going to fight a number one contender. Well, I guess Charles is a number one contender, so yeah, he'd fight him for the belt.
Yeah, I think that is the next one to make, because who else at featherweight would you be interested in seeing Volk fight, to be honest?
Well, that's what I'm saying. We've got Yair Rodriguez versus Brian Ortega next weekend, is it? Or the weekend after? You just think, I don't want to see either of them fight Volk. Like, if Yair wins, I don't know if he really deserves a title shot. And if Ortega wins, he's definitely not getting another title shot. He just lost.
Yeah. It makes sense for Volk, to be fair. He's dominated. He's proved that. It's a bit like, if Izzy wins this next fight, then I would personally like to see him move up again, because he's just proved that this division's his.
Has Izzy beat Derek Brunson? Has he ever fought Brunson? He hasn't, has he?
Yeah, he beat Brunson, yeah.
So, yeah, I guess there's only Pereira, isn't there?
That's about it, really.
Do you think the winner of Vettori and Whittaker is going to get another title shot? Surely Whittaker can't get another one already.
Well, Whittaker was saying, he wants to move up. Not move up, sorry. He wants to get another crack at Izzy.
Yeah.
Like one more before because was he not talking about moving up?
Yeah,
we're
to
talking about
205,
light heavyweight instead of yeah. He said, I want one more shot at Izzy first.
I think Whittaker's probably a bit too small for 205, though, isn't he?
I mean, he used to be a welterweight, though, didn't he?
Yeah. I guess he just can't make that cut, because that's
I've
what
seen this trailer so many times.
Oh, no.
You feel like you've seen it all fight week, especially if you're interested in watching actual, the interviews in the week and all that kind of stuff. You watch it and you're like, oh my God, how many times have I seen this?
Did you hear Sean O'Malley talking about going to WWE?
No, when they said
not much really. Said it'd be great. They said, "Oh, what if they offered you 10 million for 4 years to go fake fight?" Yeah, I'd do it. They said I'd have to fight in the UFC as well.
Yeah. Well, Brock did both, didn't he? I remember I know it's controversial, but when he fought Mark Hunt, after that, in the interview, they actually said, like, what's next for Brock Lesnar, and he just said Brock Lesnar does what Brock Lesnar wants. And they said, what's next? And he says, well, Randy Orton at SummerSlam. You know, so it's like he didn't know. But Vince will give him special privileges. That just made me laugh then when Triple H, Steph, and Vince are there. Vince, Mother Nature hasn't been kind, has it? He's aged like a president. He's aged like a milk stain on a president's shirt. He's about 76 and now he's Vince, something like that.
I mean, he looks good for 76. You know.
You think? Most billionaires, they look quite pristine, but it's all like come round his eyes. I think maybe it's because he hadn't really been on TV much, but like he was off TV for ages. Then he came back, and you're like, Jesus, what happened, Vinny?
Well, his physique's still really good. His arms are massive. His physique's still really good. He'll give you a run for your money with a gunshot. His arms are huge.
And I think he'd batter me all over at 76.
Well, do you know, Vince once...
When he was on the Pat McAfee show?
Yeah.
What?
Well, Vince...
No, when he was on that and he was just saying about he still trains at like 3 a.m.
Yeah. Well, Vince, I think it was like 5-6 years ago, maybe longer than that, he called out Dana White and said, let's fight in the octagon. He sent him an email and said, let's do it. Let's fight in the octagon. Let's fight in UFC. Could you imagine Vince versus Dana White?
Essentially, it's a cage match, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I think Vince would be one of them. He'd just be showboating. He'd throw a jab, miss, and then he'd do all the Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Jared Cannonier, I don't see any way out for Jared.
Seems unlikely, doesn't it? But we'll see. We'll see. You know, that's the thing. Look at Izzy's. I think the fight Izzy struggled with the most, I mean, at this weight division, was Kevin Gastelum, someone much shorter than him, very stocky. You think, well, Cannonier's shorter and he's probably stronger than Gastelum. So maybe we could get a repeat of something like that, you know?
Well, Cannonier was a heavyweight, wasn't he?
Yeah.
It was, if Viper's stolen there, if your streams come back, let us know what you're thinking about Cannonier and Izzy, what you think's going to happen. But man, I could see a finish happening, to be quite honest with you.
I think I'd have preferred this to be the co-main and put Volk and Max as the main event. I think I'd have preferred that. Yeah, well, I think this is a bit of a lackluster fight, really. I think more people are more excited for Max and Volk than this.
I think it feels because obviously, what is it? Cannonier's he's won 4 of his last 5 fights or something. It was Whitaker that beat him, and then he got a knockout over Derek Brunson. And you're like, well, Derek's older now, and you know, you think, well, is it just because it makes sense? It's not actually a fight that. It feels like more like, all right, this is for Jared, rather than okay, what's going to happen here?
Yeah. It's like, you know, it feels very similar to like Korean Zombie getting a shot with Volk, isn't it? It's just sort of who's left, so everyone gets the title.
Yeah.
Shot, you know? Do you think? I guess it's a bit irrelevant. It doesn't matter too much, but like, so Cannonier's got black shorts on. So does that mean he's not going to wear the black champion shorts? You know, the black and gold. They what have 2 in black shorts, surely.
No, not unless it's like I can't see. Don't know. We'll see what it comes out in. But it might be green.
Well, that's what were in all the pictures, wasn't it? What you think he'll have like green with like gold trim or something?
Viper. I wish Munoz and O'Malley went to the scorecards just to give Sean another loss.
Poor Sean O'Malley. Well, Sean O'Malley's the first guy to finish Pedro. I can't believe he said that.
Not working still, just going to need to picture the fight in my head. That's a shame. I mean, if you've paid for it, I'm saying, you know, I'm not judging either way, but that's not fair if you pay for it and it cuts out. I'm not judging either way. He's got Undertaker. Is he the gone? He's got the gong of the Undertaker
Oh, did they?
for his entrance. It's actually the music as well. Undertaker's music.
Is it?
Yeah, listen. Just turn your volume up, touch.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's
Oh,
good.
we've got to get an Undertaker signature throat slash, don't we?
Think he's going to come out with him?
Oh, look at that! Look at him.
I can't see. I must be behind. Oh, I'm well behind you.
Oh man, I don't know why. I'll tell you what. I'll wait until something significant happens, and then I'll pause it, and you tell me when.
Yeah, one sec.
When it goes to his back, the camera goes to his back.
Give me a second. So mine's crashed now. 1 second. That is brilliant, isn't it?
Yeah. Where are you up to?
Nowhere yet. Give me 1 second. So he's just stood at the above the sign,
looking down. It's just come up to his back now, like that.
Yeah, it's just behind the back of him now.
That's pretty cool.
That's really
look, I think even people, Izzy might be a fan, but I'm just saying fans in general, like as in like me and you, even when they aren't a wrestling fan, everyone seems to really like the Undertaker.
Yeah, for sure. But we've said it before, there is that massive crossover with wrestling and UFC. I mean, people, you know, whether people want to admit it or not, it is there.
Do you remember when it was the Fury and Wilder 3? And Undertaker sent him a video saying, "Just for me, Tyson, when you've done, can you say rest in peace?"
Is this going to be a coffin match?
Casket match.
Yeah, casket match, yeah.
How Vipers predicted it, I can see this happening. Keeping Jared at range, and when Jared attempts to rush him, he counters with a hook.
Yeah,
I'm going to guess that it's going to be a similar hook to the way that they caught Costa with. Do you remember when he dropped Costa?
Yeah,
just kind of swung.
Well, what I think it's going to be is it's going to be a choke slam and then a tombstone pie driver to finish.
Yeah, he's doing old school where he twists his arm and then stands on the top of the cage, walking around it, jumps off.
Oh yeah, he has got green shorts on. You don't often see the champion wear coloured shorts, do you?
No, not much. Well, Izzy doesn't really care. He was saying, doesn't he? He doesn't even care about belts and stuff. It's just, it is what it is. I'll tell you the way. In about a month ago, I went to the bar that I'd met him at, and I said to one of the security, I'm like, "Oh, is he not here?" I don't know if I'd expected him just to be like an alcoholic, as if he sits just in the same spot all the time. I'm like, "Of course he's not here, Mark. You know, he might have just caught him at that one time." He was a pretty nice guy.
Yeah,
you
can
tell he didn't want
his
attention though. When I said, would you mind getting a quick picture?
Into the octagon now, Mark. Where are you?
Yeah, he's on his hands and knees.
Yeah. Is he pretending to pee in the octagon like a dog?
Yeah, he is. Yeah, I think so. I don't know what he's doing. Undertaker doesn't do that.
That is a fun entrance. That really good.
Yeah.
Because Money in the Bank was in Vegas as well, wasn't it, tonight?
Was it?
Yeah, yeah.
Tail of the tape's just come up.
Yeah. Wow. 5 inches height difference. It's big, that.
Yeah. He has just swept up, though, an almost perfect record for Izzy. Yeah. And his UFC running in general.
Volk should have done Stone Cold's entrance, shouldn't he? That's what he should have done.
What, smashing beers together?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, just a nap for me as well.
See, UFC in general has got you exactly where they want you, don't you? You get excited, you get pumped up for every single event, even though it's the same. Like Bruce Buffer's said, the same style of entrance for years, but you still get into it.
Still gives you goosebumps, doesn't it? It's amazing. He's such a good announcer as well, isn't he?
Yeah. It's time now. Time. Is it straight to bed after this for you?
Might be. I'm bloody shattered.
Yeah. Viper, watch it be Izzy versus Romero too. There's got to be at least one bad fight on the card. That's the point, actually. Apart from the lackluster Sean O'Malley finish,
yeah,
we haven't actually had a bad fight.
It's kind of doing a bit of Tai Chi, you know.
What he's doing?
He was doing this, wasn't he?
That's me pretending to use the Force when I was a kid. Last week,
yeah,
after watching the Obi-Wan Kenobi finale.
It's me every time I go in Morrison's.
Yeah, I do that. Still at this age. But because I'm older now, I'm nearly 30, I can't do it as confidently, so you just got to underneath. I'll take...
Right, I'm just going to nip for a wee right quick just before this kicks off.
Yeah, I'd hurry up, mate.
Yeah.
Seems like Izzy is definitely the crowd favourite. No shock there. No touch of gloves. Dean gave them the chance and they just didn't. This is one of them. I'm going to eat my words. I always do. I'm terrible at betting. I'm terrible at predicting. But I've got a weird feeling something's going to happen. I don't know what, like whether it's an upset or if he's just going to demolish him.
Just in time.
Literally, they just stepped into the centre. There was no touch of gloves either, Dwayne.
Yeah. So I'm on 4:35 for...
Yeah, you're a couple of seconds ahead of me. Not a great deal's happened. No one's really touched or connected clean.
I thought it was going to do a big question mark kick then.
Yeah, that is like famous for that, isn't it?
See that big looping punch Cannonier tried doing then? But if he's going to win, that's how it'll be. big, massive punch like that over the top.
This is what we were saying about, like, you know, when champions are so dominant, like, you know, when you bet against Nunes and Shevchenko and all that kind of stuff. If they're going to lose, they're going to lose like by a flash knockout usually.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think they're going to get dominated as such.
Yeah, for sure. That's
5 rounds, should I say. Cannonier's big though, isn't he? He's a unit.
He is massive, isn't he? Really stocky. Can't believe he used to fight at heavyweight. He must look massive. I don't think I've seen one of his heavyweight fights. He must look huge though.
Uncle Chael used to as well, didn't he? I don't think it was in the UFC though.
No, it was in Bellator, wasn't it? He just sort of near the end of his career, wasn't it?
I say Uncle Chael so casually now as if he's my actual uncle.
Well, that's his name now, isn't it? Uncle Chael. That's what everyone calls him. And Uncle Dana.
Yeah. Yeah, there isn't a great deal been happening so far, has there? And we're at 2 minutes 40.
Well, I think Cannonier's technically winning so far, but
Is
well,
it just mind you, I'm saying that, and in the next breath, I was just about to say that Izzy's like kind of keeps him at range with them kicks a little bit.
Yeah. Caught Izzy with a jab then.
Yeah, he did. He did catch him with that. He's got some serious power though as well, does Jared though, doesn't he? So
look at that Brunson fight, you know. Brunson was basically fighting, you know, he was out on his feet for most of that round. He got finished. Bloody hell.
Yeah.
It's like Bambi on ice.
That was the same card as Izzy and Whitaker, wasn't it?
Yeah.
February, I think. It's I was just saying, I think when you just nipped out, Dwayne, I had a feeling that something big was going to happen, whether it's Jared, you know, creating an upset, or is he just absolutely steamrolling him? But it's a lot more sort of, I won't say evenly matched, but much more even in the outcome of what's happening.
Yeah, it's more methodical for sure, isn't it?
Yeah.
The issue is, Izzy does this a lot, doesn't he? Because he's really focused as a counter striker. So if they're not, so he just sort of sits back and waits.
Viper. Strickland was in the urn that Izzy was carrying.
Oh, poor Strickland. Have you seen they sell strips of the canvas after the big fights? They're about 170 quid. You just get a little strip like that in like some resin. If it's a massive, massive fight, like say like Khabib and Conor or something like that, I think, oh, that's quite a good little
yeah, I mean,
something to have in it.
I've bought like for people gifts before, like family and stuff, little film reels from films, and like the one of 200 or something like that. They're probably just scraps off the movie, or the studio floor sort of thing, but it's just something that's quite cool to have. So I guess
it's nice to have, isn't it?
Cannonier looked all right. They both looked cautious, to be fair. Like, it wasn't. If I'm honest, I was expecting Cannonier to be limping by this stage.
I think I think it's 10-9 Cannonier. I think Jared probably won that round.
You think?
I think so. Maybe, I don't know. It's an hard one, mate.
I'd have thought it was Izzy just with them keeping him at range with them little flick, their front kicks.
Possibly, but I think Cannonier was slightly more active there, was it? I don't know. How do you even judge that, right?
Yeah.
I hope this isn't going to be a Sparza and Rose too, like that. Bloody hell. We're waiting for Herb. No.
You're good?
Yeah, not much is happening, is there?
No. We're nearly 30 seconds into this round and great deal.
What was Izzy doing then?
I don't know. I think Cannonier was wiping his face as if he got poked in the eye or something.
Yeah. It's hard to sort of commentate on. Yeah, he does. He just keep touching him. Trouble is, when there's no happening, there's not much to say about it, is there? You feel like
I get what you mean. Just sat here, knob open, like an
sweet him then, though.
For a meal. Straight though. Bye, Izzy.
It's all a bit lackluster so far, isn't it?
Yeah, there's not a great deal happening. It's a bit of a. Do you think Izzy's just cautious of, like, you know, Jared's power, and obviously Jared's cautious of that Izzy can strike him from anywhere?
Yeah. I guess we're only in the second round, you know, there's plenty more time. Because there's also that, it's just a case of pacing as well, isn't it, you know?
Yeah. Because it is a 5-round fight, isn't it? You know?
Yeah, they're showing Pereira watching. He's definitely...
there's Alex in the crowd.
Yeah, he's definitely getting the title shot next, isn't he?
Okay. Yeah,
they even sort of... He doesn't even really feel like, you know, when he fought Blachowicz, where there was still a lot of tension there. Just it's a bit boring so far, isn't it? Oh. Right,
yeah, I mean, closer than what I think. I mean, it's a nice kick though by Izzy there.
Yeah, for sure. What's going on here? He poked him in the eye.
Jared's like, I didn't even. I thought I just did the jab. Obviously, it was a different angle, but.
Oh, we're not going to get another no contest eye poke, are we?
Oh, in the championship. Let's have a look at this. Yeah, you can call that in the eye, I guess.
Gosh, there's a lot of sun coming off my back window. Terrible. Just got to sit like this.
You have to sit there still. Okay. Done one more time, we can go.
I hope this picks up soon. Bloody hell.
Yeah. Especially for you when you get up at this time and this is the big main event.
I know, right? That's what I was saying. That's why I said I think Max versus Volk should have been the main event.
Viper, what happens during a championship no contest? It'd just be Izzy and retain, but
yeah,
he'd still be the champion, but that's it.
It's just like nothing happened. That's all.
Yeah, it's like this fight hasn't happened pretty much. Bit of a shame. So you could see him smiling at Izzy, welcoming him.
I don't know why Izzy's being all confident and acting like he's done something. You've thrown about 2 head kicks, Izzy. Calm down.
You see him turn around to him, then giving it that.
Oh, I've poked you in the eye and thrown 1 head kick.
Viper, how is it sunny in England right now? Over here it's stormy and depressing. Where is it you're from? I'm in New Zealand and it's sunny over here as well.
Good old sunny London. It's quite warm actually this morning.
Yeah, I think it's the hot day this year in England. Scheduled. Not a hot day, the hot day.
The hot day.
Yeah.
The one and only. Right, something's got to pick up now. I'm bored.
Oh, he's in Scotland. That's why, mate. That's why it's stormy and depressing. That's where half my family's from as well. So I feel your pain for the weather.
He's throwing a bit of something now. Good.
Yeah, front kick straight up the middle. Missed like, but still.
Izzy does put on some boring fights sometimes, though, doesn't he?
I thought Jared caught him.
Guys playing it clever with that big high guard like that, The issue is when you do that, you open yourself up for front kicks, though, don't you? That's the problem.
Yeah, I think.
Oh.
I get what you mean. It feels like this fight it hasn't really got going.
Yeah.
But they're not all like that, though, are they? That's the only thing. It's like, well, some fights are, some fights aren't. It is what it is.
You just like a little bit more, wouldn't you, really? But I get it. I mean, you don't want to get knocked out, lose your belt, do you, by being entertaining. That's why I'm, look at Mike Chandler. He'd probably be more successful in in UFC if he wasn't so focused on being entertaining. I like he's lost loads of fights as well. He lost 2 in UFC.
Yeah. And they were both close to being his as well.
Yeah, that's true. That's what I worry about. Oh. Yeah, good level change and striking as well while pushing up against the fence. Go on, Jared. Oh. That was good, that from Kennedy. I like that.
It was, yeah.
I've never seen anyone go for a takedown while striking at the same time. Where are his hands? How's that work? Literally ran him into the fence, punching him in the head with both hands.
Izzy snapped his head back with that jab, though.
Yeah. Do you think if Izzy fights Pereira, is going to be really gun shy?
I don't know. I mean, because obviously he's aware of the power, but I mean, he's aware of Jared's power. Yes, that's why. Because Izzy doesn't rush in.
Yeah.
You know, it definitely doesn't. It's a lot more methodical. You know, if he sees an opening, he takes it, but he doesn't seek that opening, I don't think, does he?
Yeah. Could you imagine if Pereira does get a win and beats Izzy?
Be scary, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought Jared were catching him then. This is like all that we're waiting.
Where are you at? I'm at 128, 27, 26.
Yeah, you're like 4 seconds in front of me.
Okay.
And I'm at a minute. I've just tell me when you're at 58.
Okay, I'll tell you when.
Just count from a minute.
Yeah, I will do. So 1-5, 1-4, 1-3, 1-2, 1, 59, 58.
Right, yeah, we're exactly the same now.
Oh, yeah, so it's 2 rounds to 1. Cannonier's probably won this round, but Izzy's won the first 2, hasn't he? Looking at significant strikes anyway.
Yeah. I think so, yeah. He's got Izzy pressed up against the fence and he just keeps throwing that knee.
Well, it's good that Cannonier's getting a bit of success, though.
Yeah. Yeah, in school, when you get granddad, you just get kneed in the thigh. That's what I imagine this happening. That'd cripple me. That'd throw me.
Yeah, granddad? What's granddad?
Granddaded, well, when you just run over and knee someone in the thigh at school, so they limp like a granddad.
Which school did you go?
Oh, sorry, we didn't all ride ponies. But the Landschauer.
I didn't ride a pony, but we also did play a game called Grandad.
No, it's not a game. You just do it. You know, like when you depant someone or whatever.
Oh, right. Must be rough in Lancashire. Must be rough in Lancashire.
You're about 8 miles away from me. And look, now you're in London.
It's God's county, Mark. It's God's county.
Keighley.
Keighley?
You know, you get a shotgun.
I'm not from Mordor.
Shotgun and a syringe when you move there.
I'm not from Mordor like you, yeah. We literally live in the same place. You know about that all well.
Yeah, I know. That's the thing. Where I used to work, it was like that constant divider. Oh, give me 7 from over hill and all that. You're like, we live about a 10-minute distance away. You're like, come on.
Well, Cannonier really saw some success there. If he can do that for another 2 rounds, we might see a new champ, you know.
Maybe, yeah.
Cannonier looks up for it.
It's ready. It does, and it doesn't look too damaged either. You know, I were expecting to see like, you know, a little mouse on above his eye or something, but.
So it's 2 rounds to 1 for sure.
Yeah, I'd say so. I'd say that's inaccurate.
That first one was quite close, you know, because not much happened.
Yeah.
If I'm Cannonier now, I'm just going to keep going for that takedown and clinch, you know, where he's getting success. But it's hard to get into range, you know.
With Izzy, yeah. Yeah, that's true. John Anik just said Adesanya's barely breathing a bit. He's always so composed with his breathing and that. You can never tell he's knackered or anything, can you?
No. But apart from when he fought Gastelum.
Well, yeah.
I genuinely think that's Izzy's toughest fight is Gastelum.
Wasn't it? And it wasn't, that was for the interim belt, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's such a shame that Gastelum's really gone off, hasn't he? You know, he hasn't done He's not
It is, yeah, because you'd like to see that rematch, but not so much now. It doesn't warrant that rematch now. But
yeah.
you know, if Gastelum would have carried on a roll, then it would have done. We could have had a new contender. Jared's like backing up towards the fence here.
Yeah.
And I don't think Izzy quite found a home for that big punch.
No, he hasn't found it on for much, has he? Oh.
Whoa, he's chased him then. Chased him too hard. He actually fell into the fence, didn't he?
He's trying to get him up against the fence, and I think he's going to go for that clinch again.
I think so.
Good kick to the body.
Was it nice? It shook him. Once I rocked him, just shook him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Clinch.
Up against the fence, yeah.
Yeah. Just keeps kneeing them inside.
If he can control him for the rest of the round, keep kneeing him.
Potentially, yeah. But not Izzy escapes.
He's out.
Back to striking. Now, see, he's throwing that leg kick to Izzy's throwing that leg kick to Jared, and you know that's all adding up. You know, they pay off.
Oh yeah, for sure. Because a big problem is when you've got someone in a clinch and you're doing these strikes, they don't count as significant strikes because they're not from range. So you're not actually getting a strike there.
Just weakening him.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's still damaging.
It's a bit of
something, but
control time, I guess, isn't it?
Yeah. Viper said we've seen what happens when you're gun shy against Pereira. Yeah, we saw that with Strickland, didn't we? Cannonier's coming with those big overhands, isn't he? Yeah, up against the fence.
If one of them connects, that could well be a deciding factor.
Really
Mind you, though, we're into the fourth round now, so you know if he's fatigued or something.
This is probably Izzy's round, right? It's an hard one to call.
So. I'd say so, yeah.
It could be 2-2 going out of this one.
I say if this round continues the way I'd have thought 3-1 for Izzy because they'll probably favour him just for touching him in the first round, you know, with the slight kicks and stuff.
Yeah.
I know it wasn't exactly significant damage, but
it doesn't have to be damaging to count as a significant strike, does it? It's just any strike from range. But again, it's not just about significance.
Every round.
It's about aggressiveness and ring control and stuff like that. So, and control time.
Yeah, but we've seen what the judges are like, you know, what they can score stuff.
Yeah. It's a close one, this fourth round, though. I won't be surprised if they did give it to Cannon. I won't be shocked.
No, it won't be the biggest shocker, would it? It's end of it, right? We're going to get a fifth round. I don't think I expected this, to be honest.
It's been a bit lackluster. It's been a bit boring, this fight, hasn't it, in all honesty? I've not...
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like there's any...
Did you hear him then? We're down 3-1. I would probably agree with that. His corner just said to Jared, we're down 3-1.
Yeah. Probably is. It could be 2 apiece, though. It could be. You know, because he had significant control time there.
Yeah.
Strikes were too far apart.
Let's go, man.
Come on.
It's the last round. Let's get it.
This better be a good final round.
This better be a good one. Else I'll write a strongly worded deck.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, he's coming out swaying.
Yeah, they're
now,
both coming for it, aren't they? Gone good.
Viper, my pal is going on about it being 4-0 to Jared. What fight's he watching?
He must be watching a different fight.
His stream cut out and it only shows the bits with Jared clinching him.
Yeah. Internet must be bad in Scotland. I didn't even know they had Wi-Fi in Scotland yet.
Come on, Jared, you've got to do something special.
Come on, come out, big mate.
See, check that head kick. That could have been dangerous if he didn't, but he's just still.
I don't know. You know, Mac, we might get a bit of an upset. You know, that first round was very, very close. Very close. And that third round was definitely Cannoniers. So it seems unlikely, but you know, the judges can go either way, can't you know?
Yeah, I don't know. I think just with how sort of busy Izzy is, I don't know. I really don't know. But I would say that Jared's corner was right. 3-1, maybe.
Yeah.
Going into this round, I mean.
But the fourth round as well, he had a lot of control time. Such a difficult one to sort of judge, really. So when both aren't doing much, it doesn't feel like Cannonier's in a title fight, you know. Does he not realise what's sort of stake what he could be chasing? Knock him out, Cannon. Go whack him in the head. Go on. He's hardly throwing anything.
Oh. Yeah. Got hold of him, press him up against the fence.
God, if he can turn this down.
Not like we said before, there just isn't a great deal worth mentioning, is there? He's just got him pressed up against the fence and just keeps sort of kneeing him in the thigh.
Yeah, there's hardly anything happening.
With just under 2 minutes to go in the last round.
Yeah. Does he not realise there's a belt on the line? Come on, Cannonier. Do something, man.
Yeah, this isn't. It's just been they've just been sat here for a little while. Striking now, so Jared's got to land something massive, really big.
Coming to the last minute of the fight.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. Back to clinching again. Catches him with a couple, but they look like they could do some damage. But it's as if Izzy is no selling it, you know.
Well, I think he got hurt then a little bit because he did initiate that clinch then, didn't he?
Yeah. Now, last 10 seconds.
Yeah. Very boring fight.
Yeah.
Very, very lackluster.
It wasn't the best. Back in a sec, Glenn.
Right, mate. Yeah, it's a shame that it was such a dull fight. I was really expecting a lot more. That first round is probably easy, but it was very close. Not much happened. The second round definitely is. Third, Cannoniers for sure. And the fourth and fifths are where it's more difficult because Izzy had more significant strikes, but did he? Yeah, but Cannonier had more control time. So it depends where they go. You know, I wouldn't be shocked if Izzy loses here. I mean, I would be shocked, but I mean, it's not unlikely. I was just saying, Matt, it feels like Izzy has got this win here, but I won't be totally surprised if he's got a Cannonier.
I think it's definitely, maybe even unanimous.
Possibly, yeah. I mean, it could be.
Viper, did I jinx it with the Izzy Romero 2 joke? Maybe, mate. Maybe. You win some, you lose some, though, don't you? As a fan, you can't expect every single one to be devastating.
Let's see what they've got here.
Yeah.
50-45 is ridiculous. So what? So one of these guys thinks that Cannonier lost every round there. He definitely won the third round for sure. He had more significant strikes, more control. That, you know, that's what we've just said, isn't it? You know, the judges are so inconsistent, you know.
What he's saying. Just thanking him, I think.
Yeah.
Rogan looks like a Batman villain in that suit. So he says.
What does that even mean? You can get frozen like Elsa. It's so shut up, is it?
Stiff, like wooden him, I think, just knock him out, I presume. So, but you even seen Rogan then when he says, "I'll leave it at that." Rogan's like, right,
yeah, very disappointing fight. That very dull.
Yeah, very much was.
It's a shame, really, because I mean, you know, we got a lackluster opening with that eye poke and a lackluster finish.
Yeah. Poor start, poor finish. But I mean, like I say, you can't love them all, though, can you?
Yeah, but he's had a couple of boring fights now, hasn't he? That's the problem, you know.
I think Viper did jinx it though when he says You know, there's got to be one bad fight on a card at least. That UFC London's going to be ridiculous, though, mate.
It's going to be crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, can't wait for that. Aspinall's just so, you know, obviously we're going to be backing him.
Yeah. Oh, that fight night's on quite early.
He's made his other fights look relatively simple.
Yeah. Ortega versus Rodriguez is going to be in a time where I can actually watch it.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's on the same time as the London card. Well, I think that's it. Thanks everyone for watching. Really appreciate it. We'll be getting a recap up probably later today, so make sure you check that out. Thanks a lot.